Yeah. Did you ever play an instrument growing up?
No, I went to drum tryouts to be a drummer.
Huh? Like in school?
Yeah, and they wanted you to clap and stomp at the same time,
Huh. Yeah.
and they pretty much said, "Boy, you got no rhythm." So I was crushed.
Dude, I mean, that's
It just
racist,
made me
man.
it just made me want to be black all the more. It was crazy.
Dude, that's like Stockholm syndrome.
It's like they set up the limits. They say I have no rhythm, and I just want to.
Right.
It's like the
It's like
untouched. It's like like when they tell me I have no money, I want to be rich. When they tell me I have tons of money, I just want to be able to dance, and have like rhythm. Can't have both.
Life is a series of choices.
That's a good picture of you with the hoodie on.
Yeah, I like that. I never used those pictures. Um, 'cause I found that like Japanese one for the album cover a long time ago.
I like it. Hey, should I do a professional? You want to do a professional podcast?
What do you mean?
Like, hey, we got Caleb. Actually, what do you go by? Disco Teeth?
I don't care. How do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Is there have any sort of agenda like with this one, like as far as like talking about the Eli stuff, or frame it in a certain way based off that?
Yeah, we could do it like that. I almost think without being like overly artistic, like I almost feel like everything leading up to a professional thing is art. Right. Everything, like even like how I'm trying to decipher this right now, and then also trying not to sound like I'm deciphering it right now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so Caleb.
Oh yeah.
What's going on in LA? Is there any how's the climate over there? Is there any riots? What's people driving around the streets?
Yeah.
What's the view on Trump over there? Is everybody
it's mixed.
It's mixed.
Yeah. It's a melanin.
Well, I have an aunt that hung around with like a lot of Chicanos up in the Northern California. And she's saying all the Mexican people up there are just like pro Biden. They're just stupid as shit, and they're pro Biden.
What do they say? Like,
he says they're all like Biden. They're all Trump. They're like Bidenites and calling Trump Nazi. What do you call it?
Okay,
like,
so
they're anti.
the way that things are presented is poor, I think, especially probably with stuff like that where it's like the social skills of the people that are super into it isn't necessarily like 1,000, but not even that, but just like if you're not, most teachers are mediocre people, like and I think they present, a lot of them present a subject as something that's like it's like a
They use that word all the time. Oh, he's a polemical writer, meaning
What is?
it's like he's always bringing his bully into the essay. Like he's not writing as an innovative like as an artist, innovative artist. He's constantly like pivoting off of like the idiot, like Richard Dawkins. Like,
well, yeah, that's yeah, like I see that, like in that, and I wouldn't read Christopher Hitchens expecting, Paul Bowles, like, or some great like.
Oh sure, yeah, no, I wouldn't either. It's just like that he's a when they label him a polemical writer, you kind of get the idea,
right?
Like he needs something to hit off of.
Okay, it's not a criticism. I thought
it's not a criticism of anything bad. No.
Gotcha.
I was just saying, like, this is like the gravity of probably every. I would say it's the gravity of a lot of people's thoughts.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
We can have more of a different type of class in which everybody's hiding their mentor and hiding their bully, or exposing their bully, exposing their mentors. But either way, we're what we do is we come into this class over a single subject. A book. So all of us kind of like attack the book through the class, and we learn new things, I guess.
Yeah, that
I mean, I wouldn't call it a class. I wouldn't want anybody to pay money for this type of activity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like make money off this, but I would think knowledge could advance with maybe a certain basis of that idea of mentor bully thing, and then you bring a new data.
That's the whole. That's how you tell a story. There has to be something. There has to be a goal, and then which would be the mentor, and then there has to be something, the antagonist or the conflict.
Sure, but also at the same time, like when we're talking about politics or ethics, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can attack the other person in their blind obedience and reactionary measure of like against the bully sucking the mentor's dick. Like you have no thoughts of your own, you fucker. You have no thoughts. Or all you're doing is just becoming fascist. You're becoming the thing you hate.
Have a good night, man. Yeah,
like that's another thing you can criticize of certain people. It's like you're becoming the thing you hate, dude. Like you're not actually doing anything. You're just opposing. Like you're just adding a negative sign to everything the other person's saying, So like an anti-fascist, right?
Right.
Certain anti-fascist thinkers are like, man, you're not adding to the anti-fascist tradition or theory, dude. All you're doing is not reading shit. You didn't read anything about fascism. You know what I mean? You have no grasp on the thing you're antithesis. All you're doing is just taking content statements or something, or you're just. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Whatever those words you're using to label yourself have nothing to do with what you're talking about. Like you're not talking about fascism and you're not talking about anti-fascism. All you're talking about.
And they're not.
Yeah.
Like they're and it's funny. I didn't think about the word anti-fascist is it's just like a double negative. Like it's just like it's not. Yeah, they're not.
What's scary is that fascism has never came out of democracy. It's coming out of democracy, go socialism, go populism, fascism.
Yeah, exactly.
It never comes from an organized voting system or anything like that, or like whatever. It's a beautiful thing though when you think about it. It's kind of like
that is true democracy. That is you either go towards benevolent dictator, or you choose the other route through democracy, which would be socialism, and then Mao. You're still choosing to vote for socialism. Like even if you don't know what it means, you're choosing something. And there's a consequence to that, and the consequence is genocidal fascism.
Yeah, because it's because we might have think of something that was natural was some sort of monarchy. It might have been the natural way. A certain priest, a certain high order elder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you think
Crown.
that's kind of what it is, that we go towards that in one way or another anyways, and the logical conclusion is always, it's going to be one person who's number one, and they're either going to be nice or they're not, depending on which route you take.
No, it's fascinating because, when you think about what really capitalism and the entrepreneurial spirit has at its core center,
what is that?
Is a high liberty of inventiveness and entrepreneurialism.
Right, freedom.
It's a very visionary. It's very radical.
Dude, it's funny. Like, they're trying to destroy it, but like the American Revolution is the second wildest revolution probably in the history of man. Like, what political party or what revolutionary overthrow even casts a shadow on it? Like, when you look at it from that lens.
Revolution?
What's that? Yeah, the creation of America and the foundation that they built.
Oh, really? I think it's a pure accident. And then the fact
you think it's an accident?
Yeah, and then the whole World War II thing gave us steroids. We happen to be a good, productive industrial country. And it's pure accident. I think this thing should have burned down from the first colonists. I think it was just act of luck. I really don't think there's that much ingenuity. Think about it, dude. Like, if you like the Constitution, so you're telling me you like what's his name, Thomas Paine? That
I don't know any of them as individuals.
That whole idea of freedom and inventiveness and all that. It sounds like some leftist crap. Like, but maybe honestly, I almost want to think that the whole American Revolution is a great corny narrative of conservative and liberals.
Well, that works. But I mean,
royalist.
But you can say it, but like, how do you then respond to like the fact that this is the freest, not only the freest society that's ever been created, but also the most successful? Like, you can call it corny, but no one's done anything better ever. Like, this is the pinnacle. This is the top of the pyramid so far.
I suppose we've been pretty good at jailing people.
Dude, we've also been pretty good at being fat, but I don't think that's any of the constitutional people's problem. I think that's people having the luxury of eating frosted flakes, just filling a bathtub full of milk and like 12 bags of the Costco brand frosted flakes, and just like a bunch of sugar on top of that.
But don't you think America's been pretty good at keeping rebel factions from like causing confederacies to form? Or
well, they like it, I'd have to ask for examples. Like, the only one I'd know of would be McCarthyism, and that wasn't very popular.
Yeah, but wasn't that theatrical against like a Russia thing?
Well, no, I think the
it never really.
Yeah, it did, and it's taking form today. Like, he was right. Like, it did. This is how Russia took over countries. They would infect them with Marxism, and then 2 generations later, they'd come in and pick up the keys. Like, they had a term for it. There's this video you can look up of this KGB guy that defected. He was an espionage agent and defected and hid out in Canada. And then 10 years later, he did an interview in like the 70s or the 80s or something. And he talked about the 5 stages or some amount of stages. It was like a set process where they would overthrow countries purely through ideology. And they would let them destroy themselves. And even Russia's whoever said we'll be able to defeat America without launching a single bomb. Or that was the sentiment. It's like we're gonna let them destroy itself. So that's like it's documented that that's how they would do things. And you look around and they're quoting Karl Marx all the time. Oh, almost getting on the wrong wrong exit. But
I feel like they weren't. I feel honestly they weren't quoting Karl Marx. I mean, I don't know. I just don't.
These Antifa people, they're always talking about manifestos and like and Marxism, like in Karl Marx and the whole.
I just don't know how far they go. I think all they talk about.
No, they don't go far. They don't understand anything, but neither did Marx. And that's the whole. That's why it's so effective. It's because they don't. You don't have to think. You don't have to look into it, and you don't have to understand. It's given to you as a ready-made thing. Like, here is this, and these are the parameters. Your enemies are outside of these parameters. If they say these things, da da da, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is good, this is good, this is good. And so it's like, it's literally a script. It's a mind virus.
I would say it's a language it's a language of someone that's not winning. Like, they.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, that's what Marxism is, I think. Is
yeah, but I mean,
and you want that. you say, I should be Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos shouldn't exist. If you can't, if you don't love me, if you won't be with me, you won't be with anybody. That sort of thing.
Okay, well, like, what was that? There was that Wall Street crash in, like, what, 1928 or something? When was that one?
Oh, the Great Depression?
Yeah, what was that? What year was that? Whatever.
I don't know.
Well, from what I remember is the state had to intervene and reset the economy through state intervention. They didn't call it socialism, but they realized capitalism has a hard time running free.
Well, I don't think, I don't think having systems, like even food stamps to an extent, or social programs which provide relief for times when you're in need. I don't think that just doing things like that equals you're a socialist society. So I don't think that it's like you've got blood on your hands if you're a capitalist, or whatever they call America. If you use like a socialist or what's labeled as a socialist thing, because otherwise, it's like, why take care of your grandma? She stops working. It's like I don't think it's necessarily like that. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, I'm not. I mean, yeah, there's an adaptive nature, right?
Right.
Okay, and there's also another mechanism that's adapting. I mean, I don't know what you believe.
It's like,
but
it's like just
a machine has a mind, doesn't it? Like, we use it differently. Like it uses you, you use it. Like, even though it doesn't necessarily have cute eyes and a nose.
Right, it's got a nervous system. Well, I would just say a better metaphor is what I was trying to say is, like, just because you go swimming when it's hot doesn't make you a fish.
Okay.
That's all I think. Like, I don't think.
Sure. Okay. Well, you want to loosen the labels of things a little bit.
Well, no, I just don't think that one thing makes the whole. Like, you take a cookie, that doesn't make you obese. If you're only.
Oh, sure. I mean, yeah, I'm not willing. I don't want to make an ultimatum on someone's, like, idea of reality of, like, finance. I mean, do you think there's a problem of making money off of money? Do you have a problem with that? That's okay. Like, you don't really do any productive thing. All you do is just, like, find money interest ways. Like, you lend it and you get interest off it.
Not necessarily, because, like, especially if you're, like, lending to businesses, you're creating the opportunity for something to grow.
Okay.
And that creates value. And for you to be paid to enable that, it's like renting your garden. Someone comes and plants a tree.
Okay, I'm for that. Okay. What about your idea of land, right? Okay, land, and so the idea that, okay, follow this, like, I'm not trying to be too Kanye West here, but colonists came to America, right? And there was these Indians, right? And they're like, man, what the fuck you guys doing?
Right.
And they're like, yeah, man, I'm gonna plant some seeds here, motherfucker. I'm gonna do some crops and shit. And they come over there, I don't know what you doing, man. Fuck shit. Indians are like, that shit looks stupid as fuck. And they're like, you ain't doing it. And get away from my shit, you fucking dummy. Like, you're dummy shit.
You're walking over
what the fuck you're doing. You're fucking chopping on my crops. And
yeah.
I need my rows straight, and you're chopping your feet all over it, and you're just yelling all stupid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's something that irritated them, right? And they started like crossing over their crops. And then they looked at their shit and they're like, man, that shit looks cool. They got like teepees or whatever. They got their little yurts.
Yeah.
Like, that's just tight. Like, look at them, they're all happy and shit. But they're like, they ain't using the land as good as we're using it. We got a bunch of colonists to feed. We got a population, right? So if they weren't using their land, you can use it, right?
If they weren't using the land, you can use it?
Yeah. I mean, they weren't using it to its full potential. That means, like, intelligently wise, I should have access to your land. You ain't using it, right? Like, a guy's driving his car in reverse the whole day, right? He never wants to put in first gear. He wants to drive backwards all the time. Like,
no, well, I mean, I believe in property. Like, I don't, like, if they owned it, you know, then if somebody owns something, you're not entitled to use it just because they're not using it.
Well, that's America's founded on that.
I know, but that's how you overthrow. You go and you take and you conquer. That's what we've done for forever, and it just recently stopped.
So that's cool, right? That you're stated that, right? Yeah. I mean, if they're not using it, like, if you believe in property, but you're at the same time, you're like,
I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna. Yeah, I mean, it's like you know, buying out the grandma owns the house on the place where you want to build the resort.
Okay, like, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you say about, like, certain excessively rich people that have like 20 houses and they're all equally vacant, being air conditioned, and no one in them? Like, they're just sitting there. That's okay. Like, they just have a giant bubble of unoccupied space in which people maintain. They create jobs for the maintenance worker.
Well, okay, yeah.
They occupy rental rates. Like, they keep the prices of housing high with their empty house.
How do they keep it high by what's the difference? How is it affecting the price any different from someone occupying it? Because they somehow felt like that was their winter home or some home.
Well, hey, how about this? Explain to me what's supposed to happen in San Francisco with the .com. Like, they made like rent. So, like, how's anybody supposed to have a coffee shop there? They'll figure it out. Like, it'll just.
I mean, yeah, no, I have no idea. Like, I remember seeing stories about, like, a grocery store complaining about, you know, how they made it illegal for you to steal anything under $1,000. They're not going to arrest you.
Yeah.
And so, like, homeless people just were raiding this grocery store, like, every day, and they couldn't do anything about it. And there's a thing about it, and I was like, how does that guy even make rent selling groceries? Like,
so he pretty much self-sabotages so he can collect money from an insurance company or something. That's illegal.
I don't think that's what it was.
You can't self-sabotage your store.
No, he wasn't self-sabotaging. What are you talking about?
He said he opened up for theft.
No, he was running a grocery store. The segment was, and this is just an anecdote. There was a segment of local news in San Francisco talking to a grocer. His store, they had just recently changed a law where you don't get arrested, or it's not an offense. It's not illegal to steal if it's under $1,000. And so people were just going in and ransacking his store every day. It was just some small grocery store thing. And so he was talking to the news about how like fucked up it is that they changed this law and made it essentially legal to steal. And now he's like, he can't stay in business. But that was just an anecdote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was just an anecdote that my whole thought there when I saw that was like, how does he pay for his rent there in San Francisco just selling groceries?
Well, then I would assume the state, the sovereignty, right, had oversight on the law.
Well,
this guy let's go negative. He could look at it as a positive, collect insurance.
Well, I don't think that there was no insurance claim. I don't know where you got that, but let's just go with no assumptions.
I mean, there's a loss. He's taking a loss.
Right.
He's like, he would have to write in his IRS bill. These weren't sales receipts. These were theft receipts. It just disappeared.
Gotcha.
So I got a loss at the end of the year. I need money from the government. All right? Something like that.
I don't know. That one's.
I mean, this is a great situation what you're talking about, because this shows you exactly how fucked up the state can get if you don't have privatized police. Like,
totally. Yeah.
It gets very crazy, but man, when you think about the cartels in Mexico, this is like the state mixed with the privatized cartels.
Yeah, it's like they're running it different.
We need a certain balance. Obviously.
Right.
Because you can't.
Yeah, because at least the cartels maintain some sort of order.
They have that cute thing.
System.
Yeah, like you saw that thing with the corona hit, like the cartels are delivering masks.
Sure. Yeah. Like fucking straight out of what's his name's playbook. Like what was that guy's name? The drug dealer. Pablo.
I tell you what, dude, I'm not like scared or anything. I'm not trying to be paranoid, but like I'm waiting for the shooting, man.
Well, dude, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't already happened, because
maybe they are happening.
Well,
they're not doing news.
No, because they would. They, well, they didn't with the they stepped. That guy stepped over the line, and maybe it's because I don't know, but maybe it was because it was a white guy with a Black Power tattoo on his neck, but a leftist Antifa person killed somebody, stalked them, and killed them because they voted Trump during that whole Portland thing. Okay. And it's on video, it's documented, and everything. But to me, when I saw that, I was like, that's a paradigm shift moment. I probably don't know what that means, but anyways, like you just crossed the line. Like you killed somebody because of this. And even though they've been doing it to private citizens and people, like the security guards and but now this was like on camera, them saying here's a Trumpy, and then they kill him. Like that's a huge line, and I was surprised that nothing. It's good. I think a lot of these people on the right are just showing like a lot of restraint. Because when I drove through this stuff, I wanted to beat the fuck out of these people. Like they were just like partying and fucking with cars that drove by.
Yeah. And it's more like how naive are you that you think everybody needs to listen to your song? Like when they stand in traffic, right? You know what I mean? They do that a lot. Uh-huh. They like to stand in traffic, and they want you to like
games, and you have to stop. If you don't stop, they'll fuck you up.
Yeah, but it's like they almost demand that they all think that your life is as simple as theirs. That all you like, this is all that matters right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's people living very complicated, very crafty, hobby fulfilled lives right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got a Minecraft game going. They got a fucking new dish they want to cook. You know what I mean? They got new exercise programs they want to explore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their lives are filled with inventiveness. And here, everybody thinks like when this is my problem with Kanye. All right, and I'm not even know. I wish I could put this in better words. Is that
no? I'm frustrated too, man. I understand.
No, but I love him because like honestly, there's some sort of charisma.
No, what he's still there, yeah.
But like when I hear him talk, it's like Kanye. Guess what? You're not the only person on the planet, dude. You're not. I never bought Gap, bro. I never bought Yeezy. I've heard your albums, like I got them for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love your wildness. I really think you're probably one of the last artists standing. You know, like in a crazy Warhol eccentric sense. Like you're a Marilyn Manson. You're one of the last. You know.
Well, that, and he's also gone beyond that now, and it's got nothing to do with music. At this point, he is a Steve Jobs character, like what he's doing with like Yeezy. He really is like fucking shit up with shoes, and in the same way that like iPods and
who wears these shoes? Who wears these shoes? All these people that are protesting, or what?
No, I don't.
These pimps and players that slut around these girls in Vegas hotels, or what? I don't know. Who wears these shoes?
I definitely would if they weren't $350. But even if they are at this point, if they hit me, I don't love all of them, but some of them are like super fucking sick. So but I'm not. I see what you're saying.
Well, no, okay, yeah. So get back. The only thing I want to talk. The thing is that what I think these politics do is obviously we can't. I was hearing someone today, like, what was it? It was like it was something I read, and it was the idea that it had to do with Obama being intelligent, right? And these other people being intelligent. What is intelligence, right? And obviously someone can't know everything. Like, sure, but he will never be more intelligent than the person of a certain department. Okay, whatever we want to talk about. I don't mean to bring up Obama, but it was in the essay, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is that some of us really think that our political like standing
right
encompasses a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say the world, but it feels like it encompasses all of existence.
Right. It sums it
up. How about the future of reality? Whatever your simplistic idea of the future is, because that's how simplistic you are. Your politics align very simplistically to your simplistic future.
Right.
Whether it's damnation, fucking a giant race war. I don't know. I just don't. I mean, the more I start looking at these World War II videos and start doing the timeline things, it's like only like half of the world was really into the war. There was like a large group of people that were living artistic lives without paying attention to World War II.
So it was like more of a half World War II?
Well, I don't even know. I don't even want to do but the idea that not everybody's on board. A newborn's not on board. He don't know what the fuck's going on. A 5-year-old doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And
unless they're like really woke.
Yeah, unless they're really trying to make that mom get
genius woke. Yeah. Exactly.
Or they're just like, they care so much about their dad's fragile eyes that are just in absolute fear, and they're just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, everybody's not on board all the time.
Yeah, right.
But man, the news makes you feel like it's the only channel on. You know what I mean? Like,
and it's the only thing happening. And you better stay tuned, and you better tune in tomorrow, or you're not going to know what happened.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's where you can get into very psychedelic territory with like psychedelic drugs, or even
dude. Okay, so yes, this is great, because all these they're mantras. They're going into trance-like states.
Yeah.
When they yell this and they just scream and they melt down. You know, like they're just repeating these, whether it's Black Lives Matter or you're a fascist or you're this or you're that.
Yeah.
Like it's these mantras, and it really is the lack of God has created this. This is the new religion, and it truly is cult-like. It checks all the boxes for cult-like. If your grandma's, fucking going out a little too wild, you can't talk to her anymore. You know, she's a fucking racist. You know, if your friend supports Trump, you can't talk to them. If they're even just conservative, like you realize you're essentially supporting fascism by being a conservative. You know, you realize that, right? And then it's like it's all cult. You can't talk to people. You can't. It really is.
Hey, Kayla, I'll tell you what. My mom's birthday was yesterday, and I had my aunt and I had a bunch of different people from different walks of life over. And they're all voting for Trump, man. Oh
yeah, it's the silent majority.
But guess what?
Majority.
They know me, and they know who I am. You know, and they know what kind of crazy shit I brought up and where I'm at in life. You know, as far as an artist and someone that doesn't want to play the game that they play. I don't hold it against them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But like, I don't play a 9-to-5 game, and I don't save my money like them, and I don't invest it like them, and I'm not like, you know, but like when I talk to them about me, about them, you know, and they don't want this thing to happen. Do you know what I mean? They're very centrist people. A lot of people are very centrist, actually. Their divide of self is conservative, and you know what I mean? Like the line goes in them.
Right. Yeah.
But man, when they see this nonsense on the news, man, how it's pouring into them.
Yeah.
Some people it's pouring right down their throat. Other people it's splashing all over their lap. You know what I mean? Like making a goddamn mess. And I'm not getting the media poured down me anymore. Like it makes a mess. Other people, it goes right to their fucking heart, and they get all drunk off of it, dude. And they like, feel a giant sense of meaning and opposition.
They got on a trip.
But I honestly can really feel sad for like how tough it might get. They are holding it up themselves. They're holding up themselves, man. If it's I don't know. If it's my family, I don't know. I try my best, man. What you know, the problem comes down to it's like, what is your dad's job? And what is your job? What is your grandma's job? And what is your job right now? Why don't you talk from there and see what happens? I'm retired. What I did when I was your age, I did this. And you're like, what am I doing? You know, like, what are you doing right now?
I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with taxes or, you know, like that's part of it. But I think the reason that more people are going to the right and more people are voting for Trump is because it represents freedom. Well,
I'm gonna tell you straight up. This is the people that were on the left that had a little bit of property and rental income. They had more than one property. They had like some sort of like they were in real estate or some. They had some sort of income that was based on making money off not really producing anything. I mean,
I think the reason that despite your differences with your family that you still find mutual ground is because that's kind of what it's about. They see the social violence that's going on, you know, whether it's treating somebody poorly by putting a label on them or, you know, getting them fired or not talking to them because they said something that wasn't acceptable anymore since last month. And I think that's what it's, exactly. And I think that's it. It's between right and wrong. And I think people that care about that, that's why that's the heart of it, not the tax stuff, not the, you know, it's like those, it's right and wrong. And really, I think you go down deep enough and eventually, like, if you go down right and wrong, eventually you're going to hit conservative.
But hey, do you hate douchebags? Like in convertibles? Like,
I don't hate them. That's kind of awesome. Like,
I can't stand douchebags that come into a bar and they don't have any manners about any local city. Like any, like I hate tourists that come into a certain city and they don't think there's already somebody here, and you just walk.
Do you think about like who's here when you stop in Albuquerque for a night or something?
I have to admit, every city I go to, I'm telling you, I want to be.
I kiss the ground.
I'm vaginated when I go to other cities, man. I'm waiting for them to come to me. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't go there trying to fuck people. I just honestly, I go there and I wait for them to pour anything they have into me.
Right.
I try my best, but like, I guess, you know, whatever.
No, I don't like inconsiderate people that come in and fucking. So, you know, like
if I were to sympathize with Antifa, I think they feel a lot of something. They've over exaggerated their inconsiderateness. I don't know what it is. I don't really hang around with them, so I think I did. I feel like I did.
Yeah, for sure you did. I did. Like, you know, it's a viciousness. I think of like the people that I used to be friends with that are still living in Portland, that stopped talking to me. Like, I think like a couple of them are like really into it, and it's like when I think about them, I recognize that they've always been the ones who's like blamed somebody else or been lazy or like just been like talking about like revolution. And even like when the election like first happened, before I even like became a conservative or Republican or whatever, like I was like, okay, well, so think this through. Like once you like have Trump's head on a stick, then what? And they never had an answer. And I think I just watched that Zizek thing where he's like, I want to see, the day after V for Vendetta, after they blow up Parliament, after they kill the dictator, you know, and overthrow and overtake, what do they do the next day? And I always think of the Kurt Vonnegut book, Player Piano, where they do the same thing. And the next day, they're scavenging to rebuild what they broke the day before. And that's exactly what they would do. Like you saw it with Chaz. Look at Chaz. It's the most primitive society you've ever heard of. Like it was thug. It was just a guy with an AK-47 walking around, and fucking they had borders. They fucking kicked people out. It was hilarious and so not thought out, and that's the end goal, or that's the end result of what they're getting. So I don't think they care about that at all. They don't think because they don't think about it. If they thought about it, if they cared about it, they would thought about it, think about it.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to that whole thing of like the limited idea of your opposition is as limited as what you think the future is. Like it's all very short-sighted,
right?
And yet it feels like it encompasses the whole fucking world.
Well, a lot of them are on meth too.
What?
Like a lot of them are on meth too.
On meth?
Like, yeah. You look at these mugshots, they've got all this shit on their face, like just meth shit.
A lot of them just think they're a fucking rap star. I mean, I don't know what the fuck to say, man.
No, that too. I think, dude, they get to go and play revolutionary. Like that's all it is. It's role playing. That's my new joke. Was like, I'm trying to figure out a way of phrasing it. Like, hey man, chill out. I'm not your next rap song, you know? Like bars.
You know, it's always about like so and so fucking punk that motherfucker. You know, like everything's about. Yeah. And I remember I was at this bar once, and I was pretty high and whatever, drunk, and I was just feeling it really good. And my mind was spinning really good. And I said, "Man, you ever think about how many rap songs are about this other person that's just whack?" You know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And I'm thinking like they never drop their name, right? And I'm wondering like, who are these whack rappers that they're so obsessed with in every song, right?
Dude, it goes right back to what you were talking about with Hitchens.
but this perfect. They don't. This is the thing though. Hitchens actually had a whack rapper.
Right. Oh yeah, the whack rapper does not exist. It's
no. This is my insight, and I said this with D and a couple other people. I said, did you ever think that they were the whack rapper and they know this whole moment of anybody listening was a pure accident? Like all they are is just trying to get themselves to believe that they're not the whack rapper by phantomly like going against the whack rapper.
By creating a fake, right?
No, they don't know. They don't even know it.
Right. Yeah.
They're just trying not to be the whack rapper.
Right.
And
they're distancing themselves from the image of the whack. Yeah.
Because like I remember I kind of offended D with Public Enemy. He brought Public Enemy, right? And I said, and he was telling me Jay-Z's gonna be president or something. You know, he's telling like I heard Jay-Z wants to be president. And like all the great shit. I was like, oh, that's cool because like I always thought like, rap music ain't even music. I don't know why they call it music. It honestly is just like a fascist anthem, dude. It's just a chant.
Right.
It's like Hitler's march, dude. It's like it's nothing other than getting ramped up. Because when I was in the Public Enemy, Fight the Power, dude, I don't care. That wasn't even. I listened to Fight the Power the day they had me do quarantine, dude. I was already Black Lives Matter anteed up without any black people. Ready for the revolution, dude. And I didn't even know it had to do with Black Lives Matter, dude. It had to do with this, like, I don't want to be home.
Right.
This white man shit, like this whole fucking quarantine. And I listened to Fight the Power, dude, and I was fucking amped. And I posted on my page, and I had 911 as a joke. I started putting Public Enemy on my cover photos. And then what happened was, something happened, like George Floyd died or something, right?
Right.
And I said something like, what did I say? I was like, oh, this is what I said. This is what I said. Hey, the same people, was it like, it was about like wearing a mask. Or like, fuck, dude, how did it go, dude? I'm fucking drawing a blank here. But it was like this idea that you want authority. And you demand authority, but yet you say fuck authority.
Right. Yeah.
Like you'd be the first one to call the cops.
Right.
Someone with a mask.
It's not thought through. Yeah.
Like you would. Like, the people that are saying fuck the police would be the first ones to call the cops if someone's not wearing a mask.
Dude, it's hilarious when these Antifa, one of them gets hurt, and then they call for the police, like, in the video while they're protesting. It's yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, they did the same thing. I saw this video with these, it was like these, they were, like, kind of in Compton or something, like some Chicanos or whatever. They were, like, in this apartment complex. And they're filming out the window, and they're like, oh shit, man. Oh fuck, man. The homies. Oh yeah, they're gonna go fuck up them fucking people like who are breaking into the cars. Yeah, man. The hood got our back, man. The hood got our back, right? Like it seemed like a real video. And so like the gangbangers were gonna go fuck with the people that are breaking into the cars. Break their hood. So you saw them run around the corner and you heard gunshots, right? And they ducked down. Like it's like a live video or something. They ducked down. The bullets are whizzing or something. And you hear someone say, oh, call the police. Oh, no, don't call the police because they're going to arrest our homies. Like in the shootout, you know what I mean? Like, they're shooting out and like each other. Like, if I arrest our homies, I don't know.
Hilarious. That's hilarious. And that's the whole...
It's this triangle. Yeah. It's the vicious triangle.
Well, that too, and they're already emulating their own police because they're in their own sub-society where they've decided to, create gangs. And so they've got their own enforcers. Like they called their own police. And then when their own police get hurt, just like these Antifa medics, they call 911.
Well, so like, what was crazy is why isn't that working? Oh, I need to do this. Oh shit. Well,
Have we started recording yet?
yeah, no, I was recording. I think
I'm just kidding.
I've been recording like 2 hours, bro. Okay. So dig this. So like, when I was posting that weird shit about like, everybody was about mass shaming right before George Floyd.
Okay.
So I was like gangbusters on there, dude. I was like, I wasn't a mass denier, but I was like, why is this shaming trending right now? Why is this telling people what to do trending like a motherfucker right now? Like, why am I getting 100 feeds about people telling me I don't know how to take my own shit? You know, like I don't know how to wipe my own ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And then at the same time, I'm thinking like, I'm trying to research this thing, and all they're telling me is it's a virus. It's a virus. It came from a bat.
Yeah, it's kind of like a flu.
And they're not giving me any science language. I want the 300 class. You know what I'm saying? I want post-grad.
Yeah.
You better give me some RNA. You better give me some fucking DNA, fucking translators.
TNA.
I want something that I have to fucking translate. You know?
Yeah.
And there's none of it, dude. There's none of it. I keep saying respiratory. It's like they're reading me a child's book, man. And so I was just getting frustrated, right?
Right.
So then I started making jokes on the internet. I started just like, I bought a virology book, and I started writing weird shit that Doc Brown would say in Back to the Future. Like, why is the third isotope not actually communicating with the cytoplasm? If this is the case, then why is coronavirus not a, you know, like, I'm just
not a pathogen.
Yeah. And it sounded awesome, and it actually made sense. After 5 times reading it, I think it made sense. Yeah. And I kept doing that, and then some asshole went on there and wanted to attack me like, every pre-doc, every post-doc, or whatever knows that. Every pre-med.
Post-med, pre-med, yeah.
Try better. You know, when they start using that fucking lefty link.
Try better. Put in the work.
Put in the work, yeah, they do that shit. And then I was like, fuck that guy, block. And then I went on a block craze, and I blocked everybody.
Yeah.
And then I started getting right-wing stuff. It was refreshing.
It is. Yeah. It
was like, oh, these guys aren't. Oh, I thought all they said was the N-word all the time. You know, like I thought they were just like, I thought there was N-word like crazy.
Yeah, and they just tucked. They tucked.
I thought that's what all they posted.
Yeah, and they wore khakis and plaided shirts tucked in, like with a belt. Like,
no, but they would do great videos. Like Fauci said this, and then he said that.
Right.
Fauci is part of the AIDS epidemic. Like, what happened there?
Yeah.
I just read this great article today on breast cancer. Do you remember how cool that breast cancer ribbon was? Right.
Yeah, that was like the new Live Strong.
Breast cancer cured that breast cancer ribbon, dude. It's still here. You know, like breast cancer cured the ribbon, dude. And COVID-19 is gonna cure the mask, dude. It's just gonna still be here. People just aren't gonna be wearing the masks. And it's going to be equivalent to any small time fucking random death that people are going to have in the future, dude. It's going to be like random flu death. Oh shit. No news. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Someone gets a brain aneurysm, dies. You get what I'm saying though? Yeah. And then after that, there's going to be Coney 2044. They're going to make something else. Yeah. It'll be a one man. It'll be a murderer. Some sort of like Attila the Hun type character, you know. I don't know how he's gonna do it. It'd be like that movie Looper. I mean, you know in the Bible, right? Yeah. The Bible. You know what COVID-19 was in the Bible? Man, they were caught up on leprosy, dude. Leprosy was the gag. Yeah, dude. They were snorting that shit. That was railing it. It was leprosy this, leprosy that. Leprosy. Yeah. In the Bible, dude, that's only disease they had up in that bitch, dude. It was leprosy. Right. That was the evil fucking mark of the beast, dude. But you can't find it today.
Yeah, where'd it go?
Out of nowhere today, dude.
Well, they made a ribbon, dude.
What?
They made a ribbon.
They made a ribbon.
Leprosy ribbon.
Yeah, they made a ribbon, and no, it's like a memorabilia now. Nobody remembers it.
Yeah, never forget. That'd be cool if there still was an island of leprosy people.
No, but for real though, like dig this. Every time I talk like wild, like nonchalant about like diseases, watch it. I get corona tomorrow, right? And I'm gonna be like, no, bitch, I'm gonna get leprosy tomorrow. Fuck you. I'm gonna get leprosy. Why?
This isn't COVID. This is leprosy. Trust me, I know. Why do you always think
I'm gonna get whatever trending right now?
I did
weirder shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that face bacteria eaten. I'm gonna get that flesh eaten disease. I'm gonna get attacked by a chimpanzee tomorrow and get my face ripped off. Why are you always thinking I'm gonna get corona by talking crazy shit? I hope you get corona and die, bitch.
Who are you talking to right now? Who is this? Who are you talking to right now?
I'm talking to you.
Is this? No, I mean this character.
This character
that's always trying to.
I'm talking about these like, dude. I would have to say I've gotten threats, dude. I would have to say I've gotten a few of them.
Dude, that's incredible. I think that's. But
I don't take myself that serious. I don't know why I would take them more serious. I mean, like.
You don't take your own suicide threats that seriously?
I mean, there was a time where like death threats.
Dude, I'm in like a bad part of town.
Take a wrong turn.
I am reversing. Yeah, there's a guy in a wheelchair, a stopped car, and another person, and none of them are talking to each other. They're unrelated.
Suspended in animation. Do you know about the Akashic?
And there's a prostitute.
Do you know about the Akashic Records?
Akashic Records?
Akashic Records?
Oh, no, like a sigh?
No, it's like
Acacia? Okay.
No, fuck, I can't think of his name. But it's like it's not his idea, but it's been passed down, I think, ever since Plato. The Akashic Records is this hypothetical idea that there's a library, it's a cloud in the sky.
Okay.
And it holds all knowledge.
Okay.
Everything thought.
The internet.
The internet, the cloud.
Yeah.
So in every meaningless stranger, right? The theory is that everybody holds the Akashic Record.
Which would be the iPhone. The connection.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's internalized and organic. You know, like it's like their soul is has equal access to everything that ever is possible on the planet Earth. Meaning, even though this guy's in a wheelchair and this so-and-so's standing here and this is a bad neighborhood, no matter how dull and dumbfounded they are, and like they got dropped from the sky, and they're just suspended in animation in pure cardboard, nothingness. Like
yeah,
like you just turn around and be like, whatever happens there, happens there. It's not my concern.
Yeah, I'm not
because it couldn't be your concern because you got other shit to do. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
you can't be Superman tonight.
I can't solve that equation. I can't. I'm not gonna be a part of that.
Honestly,
that
you can't be like in the comic books, like on rooftops, like peering over, man. There's a problem here, problem here. We got
well, and that's the
lady being raped.
That's the elementary thinking that gets people to think that homelessness can be solved if we just had more money. Homelessness will never be solved. Like there's always been homeless people. There will always be homeless people. Like it's a state of mind and a lifestyle. It's not like you can't just like pay these people and give them money or even a house and then expect that like they're not gonna just and I'll get a job and I don't know what I was thinking. It's like you're retarded. Like people you can't solve it. It's not a solvable problem through money. It's like I don't know what it is. I don't know what the answer is.
The Grim Reaper solves it all the time. The Grim Reaper.
Well, it's a personal choice at but that's true. It's a personal choice at the end.
Brad Pitt, Brad Pitt songs like shit. Yo,
Meet Joe Black, yeah.
Don't
That's
I
wild.
hear you. I saw you.
Bomba clot.
He touches them on the head, they just die and
He touched them on the head and then they die.
shit. Yeah, that's how he solves the homelessness.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt walks
he anoints them. Yeah.
through Skid Row at Los Angeles, and he's like, "No, don't worry, everything. I'm a white boy. Everything gonna be alright. Come over here, homeless man.
Follow me, man. Yeah. I love that video so much.
Well, so like we can get if you want to talk about extreme solving, right? Like you want to talk about the greatest lefty fascist film created.
Yeah.
Is Fight Club. It's lefty, it's fascist, it has both.
Walk me through it.
Well, Tyler Durden, right? He takes a gun to so and so's head. You know,
He's the charismatic leader, cult leader,
and he does it fascistically. You know, like,
fascistically. Yes.
but it's a hell of a lefty film, dude. Like,
right.
it's like a beautiful Antifa film that's so fascist. Dude.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like, really, like, think about it, dude. Like, it's a great film. I made a joke. I said, you know what's great about Fight Club? Like, every line in it can be a quote, like on a meme. You know, like
totally.
Like the matching, every line in it. It's like a fucking meme quote, dude. Like,
I haven't been fucked that hard since grade school.
I know, fam. Meme. They're gonna do that lowrider ride Biden.
That's so crazy.
And I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna give free Biden tattoos to anybody.
But they have to be on the face.
And if you don't want to get it, I'm assuming you vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Because a real voter would get a Biden tattoo.
Yeah.
A real person that wants Trump out would get a Biden tattoo.
Do you have a tattoo gun?
No.
Sorry, I shouldn't have called you out like that.
But like, no, but I don't know. I'm sure it's not that hard to do. I mean,
yeah.
I've seen the people that do tattoos and they're not all.
No, yeah. They've got new ones too, where they're like little pens.
Oh, really? You can just get them on Amazon?
I'm sure you can get them on Amazon, but yeah, they look like kind of like vibrators, where you're just with a, pen at the end.
I mean, seriously, 80% tattoo artists can't even make a grilled cheese, dude. Seriously.
They can't even fucking do their taxes. That's why they only accept cash.
80% tattoo artists, seriously, don't even change the oil in their car. Like, honestly, they they don't know when to change the oil.
You just reminded me. I gotta check this
car
out.
no brakes, dude.
Until it breaks, and then they get a new one. Dad. It's like we're literally describing my last girlfriend from when I lived in Oregon.
Dude, you want to hear one of my favorite Facebook posts?
Yeah.
There's more bad tattoo artists than there are bad tattoos. Don't ask me how that works, but dude, they're out there, dude.
That's a great statement. I like that a lot.
I remember like there's days when I wake up in the morning and I was like, oh, that's who I want to beat on all day, like, and lose followers. It's usually teachers, tattoo artists, artists, real estate agents. Oh, I love real estate agents. They're the best. I call them backfeeders and shit. Man, when I had to go to that real estate school all summer.
You call them what?
I call them like backfeeders.
Wait, you cut up for a second. You call them what?
Feeders. They're like them fucking stinky fish. Fucking catfishes. They usually are catfish. You know the slang for a catfish is like a white woman that picks up black dudes. Like old white woman that picks up black dudes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you watch that video where all those black guys are like, yeah, I prefer white women. Like, and there's like this dark-skinned black girl asking them, and he's like, I like them like light, my complexion or like lighter. And she's like, why? And he's like, because y'all are fucking mean. Fucking like, they all have different answers. They do like 20 of them. It's just like, y'all are judgmental and fucking mean. Just, I like white girls. It's good. I gotta check my oil actually.
y'all got too much dick. You damn black girls just carry around too much dick and shit. You got balls swinging around. Call them fucking 4-inch nails. They when I see them black bitches, big ass nails, I just think big ass balls. They're fucking dude.
Plus, it's like every time you have sex with a white girl, it would be like an experience for them, you know? It'd be like,
or like they'd be so awesome for a black guy.
Reaction. They probably feel underappreciated. Like, you know, Tiffany, when I fuck Tiffany, it's a big deal for her, and with you, you don't really care. It kind of makes me feel bad.
I wish a black guy would look a black girl in the eyes and be like, I like white girls. It's like, I think you would like white girls too. Think about this gentle.
She knows she would like white.
Think about a gentle, meek flower, like a daisy, like a little white petaled daisy in the field. You just pluck it. You carry it in your arm.
Guana.
Like you could just cradle this pale creature. Wouldn't you like to cradle a pale creature? Like you think this is a black guy telling a black girl this. Like, wouldn't you love to hold a pale creature in your arms? The way her skin lays against your skin is just the contrast. and the pinkness. You know what pink is? Not purple, pink. You know, pink. It's like, especially when it's wet and glistening.
Just you realize
you just spread something open to see all that pink inside. You know, it's like not purple, pink.
Man, fucking cops, dude. Cops next to me. But dude, how many social media influencers do you think that these scooters have gotten killed? I used to be pissed at them until I realized that that's what they were doing. Like,
if this podcast, if there's anything good on this podcast, you just said it, dude.
Oh, it's all good. This is all good. Fucking send it.
How many scooters do you think? How many social influencers do you think these scooters at handicapped right now?
Yeah, just like completely debilitated.
Their site just shut down, but they're too afraid to post.
Yeah,
fucking crippled self.
It's been 2 months since their fans updated the account that said, "Where's Amy?"
Yeah.
like,
and Amy's just
they don't even remember. They don't remember. Yeah, she's just like, she can't use a phone anymore because her fingers are gone.
And her mom's like, "Do you want me to post anything? I know you always love me."
Yeah. Beep boop, beep boop.
Man, dude, it's a tough world. It's a tough world out there. You know, it's so random.
It's too random.
I mean, in the saddest part of all this intelligence that we have, you know, and all these views and all these things that we're trying to forgive and forget, and also just trying to make amends with. It comes down to like, you know, be thankful. You know, be thankful you voted for Trump. Be thankful you voted for Biden. I don't know. Just be thankful you didn't vote. You know what I mean? Just be thankful. You know, for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to say, just be very thankful that you thought about voting and you didn't. You know.
I think. Well, I think that's
a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I think actually being grateful probably is the most underrated action. Like, I'm even taking it so far. There's so many things we're not thankful for. Like, be thankful that you're a procrastinator. You know? Yeah. You saved yourself from getting into 1,000 bad different situations.
Be thankful that you never wash the dishes. Like, they're just sitting there, and you know you shouldn't let them sit there overnight. You know, it's the worst fucking stench that you could get in the habit of, you know, like leaving the dishes. Just be thankful you're thinking about it and not doing it. You know, like, I'm just...
Yeah. Because that means you haven't forgotten.
I love how my parents, though, were like, no joke, my parents were looking at me and like, you're gonna vote, right? Like, because I'm like, I'm so antagonistic with my political views, and I flip them all around all the time. Like one moment I'm like very liberal, one moment I'm very conservative, you know. And my parents like, you're gonna vote, right? I was like, do I ever vote? I mean, seriously, do I look like someone who does such a thing? And then I get it. Like, you're looking at me like, that's not mature. Like, that's not intelligent either. Intelligent people, thought-provoked people. Do you understand how important your vote is? That's why when I was at that Sam Hyde thing, I was like, dude, you're so on the money. You're so on the money.
Sam also is posting at the same time. Every story he does is make sure you vote for Trump. Just do it. Stop being a bitch. Just fucking do it. Like,
that's what I would do. I would say that, dude. I would totally say that.
No, but it's sincere. Like, it's not a joke.
Don't be scared. don't. No, nothing's gonna happen.
No, it's not a don't be scared. It's like, stop being a fucking douchebag and like coming up with like, you know, ways in which Trump, you know, isn't conservative enough or you know whatever. Just fucking like, he's you look at the two choices, and the reason everything's so polarized is because
your bitches.
The country's it's because like there's so much at stake, and both sides are going very different directions, and so it's a wild time. Like, these are two like powers going. Things will go very different, you know, if one side gets in versus the other. So.
Well, that's a cool thing to believe in. I really don't give a fuck.
You really don't think so?
I honestly, bro, I don't care. I don't care about abortion laws. I don't fucking care. I don't care about any of these.
At what point do you care? You know they're coming for me.
I care.
You know they're coming for me.
Who? What? Cops?
Oh, those cops. No, they're not for me.
Okay.
I ducked them. Don't worry.
I care. You know,
Bring me with me.
If prostitution's legal. I care about like the next STD that'll fuck up your fucking shit. You know, like your dick gets all fucked up. I care about that.
Yeah.
I don't care about getting corona and having your lungs just fucking
Yeah.
breathe. But man, if your dick gets all burnt up, dude, it's a fucking hassle.
No, I can't be annoyed with you about that because the world needs specialists. The world needs specialists, and this place isn't open. Fucking bullshit, dude. I love taking off my mask.
And doing what?
Just taking it off, like right when I exit, or right when I leave the restaurant, I just fucking rip it off, and I feel like it's saying something.
It's great. I went to this. I think I already told you. I went to this like liquor store in like a red state, And I saw
you in a red state?
Without a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I'm gonna go in there without a mask too.
Yeah.
And I was kind of scared at first.
Right.
And I did, and I bought something. I got in the car, and I was like, fuck yeah. That fucking cashier just looked at me, and I bought that shit. He didn't say nothing. And I told my son, I was like, dude, that was so exhilarating. You have no idea what that felt like.
Right?
Do you know what's crazy? When I was in California, when they first mandated the mask, I had no idea they were mandating it like that because I wasn't watching California news.
Right.
I went to this fucking Love's gas station. Like it wasn't even in the city. It was like at a gas station, like in Palm Springs, right off the fucking 10. And I walk in there and I have like 3 Gatorades in my hand and a fucking like Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
And she
you
looked
try
at
the
me,
Reese's
she's like,
sticks?
She's like, sir, I can't have you buy that. You don't have a mask.
Step back. Right.
You know what I did?
What?
I looked at it, I was like, oh my god, and I dropped everything on the floor and I walked out. The guy was like, literally like, oh my god. and then I sat in the car and I watched her pick up all that shit that fell over the floor.
That's hilarious. I
was actually like seriously upset at the
silently...
same time. I was like, she ain't gonna serve me. She's legitly coming at me like, sir, I can't serve you. You have no mask on.
Right. Yeah. No, that's hilarious. I thought you were just gonna like silently put them on the shelf.
No, I freaked out and dropped them.
You legitimately freaked out?
Yeah, I was like,
oh, like
I
that.
was like, oh my god.
Oh. Yeah. Gotcha.
And then I didn't have my gear, and I was like, fuck her. I hope one of those things leaked all over.
Yeah.
If I had 40 ounces, I probably wouldn't drop them like that.
No, out of respect. Yeah.
I mean, they would have definitely broken, but these were just Gatorades. They probably bounced, fumbled around somewhere. No, where was I gonna go with that? Oh, with the Trump thing, like the voting.
I don't know. You're telling me what you cared about, or at what point you started caring.
I care about jazz, like jazz music, like at that certain.
Really?
When jazz was good, like when you go into a fucking jazz club, like a speakeasy, you see Billie Holiday there and some other prostitutes. Maybe some good jazz, you know.
Hey, you guys selling stuff? Is somebody here manning the cashier? Do you have a motor oil? Motor oil?
Replace that dusting.
They don't have my kind. They don't serve my kind.
That guy's pretty cool. That white dude's pretty cool though.
That guy is
The way he said he's like, yeah, like all of them.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was that cool at some point in my life. I was never as cool as that dude. If that black girl interviewed me, I'd be like, yeah, I like him.
Why?
I don't know.
I think they're
Shy.
Halle Berry.
I'm like really shy right now. I like it when their butt just like the pants just
I like it going from I'm shy to fucking I like the fucking butt. Like when it's fucking huge and shit. Like fucking like bang.
I like it's like I like it because like I was never into horses until I was never into horses, so I saw.
What? Black Beauty?
I saw the fucking hooves. The giddy up. Until I saw the giddy up, man, I lost my mind. It was like I was never in an earthquake.
Dude, that's the smoothest shit I've ever heard.
It was like one of them fucking fast ass cars, you know. And I was behind that thing. Fucking, it's like tailpipes, you know, like butts, like fucking high ass tailpipes, just fucking. Like it's like making that engine noise, you know, that purr, that hard purr that an engine makes. I just want to jump on it. Just want to jump on it. I hope there's some stirrups on the side of those fucking thighs. Fucking reminds me of old wrestling in middle school, man. I don't know, man. Have my wrestling gear on with that helmet. You know those helmets they put all around your ears, so you don't get cauliflower ear. That's what you need with them butts, dude. You just gotta be ready.
Yeah, it's too much broccoli.
I mean, when you think about how firm some of them are, like like you're just like, Jesus Christ. All that meat get back there.
Yeah.
How did all that ham get back? How that ham? That big old Easter ham. How do you?
What is it? Christmas? Yeah, Easter ham. Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Like,
Easter
how
ham.
does your
That's some
brain
Scientology
put the meat back there? How does your brain think? How come white girls can't get that like that?
Yeah.
How come theirs is so petite? How come theirs is so soft booty and like little like tenderloins?
Yeah.
To be delicate.
Yeah. I like that. It's good. That's a good thing.
I always wanted to write real good poems about like certain females' body parts that would be like, I don't know, like classics. You know, like
that one that you just did was fucking amazing.
I mean, I'm just saying, dude. Like, I think I could get in one of those anthologies, you know, next to Robert Frost or something.
100%, dude.
Hey, I'm thinking about
Bless you.
leprosy, bro. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
got that left.
The left is prepping.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, what do you think about this? I got this giant flat screen. Next podcast, I'm gonna put you up on the big flat screen in between me and Eli.
Okay.
And we're gonna do a podcast like you're on the big old screen, And I'm thinking like maybe you do a close up of your like you get a good frame in. Like you're on this giant screen, like your head's there.
Yeah.
And you're like you're kind of like the overseer, you know, like in these.
Yeah. Like, the moderator.
Yeah. But it'd be good if your face is really, like really.
Just close. Right on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Where you can see like your teeth, you know, just your face.
Yeah.
You're talking, or even up your mouth, like that's it. Just their mouth moving.
I like that. That's good.
So what's your so like on Mondays and so like Monday, Tuesday, what's your schedule?
I work from 1:30 to 10. I usually get home by like 10:45. Yeah, I'd be good to go at 11 anytime during the week, and then I've got Fridays and Saturdays off.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, be careful those Fridays and Saturdays off, bro. You're gonna go to Corona Club.
Oh no, I drive by those they're all in Beverly Hills. Seems to be just the gay clubs. I don't know.
But Friday and Saturdays, dude, that's when everybody that's the days everybody's supposed to party.
Well, yeah, I'm almost I'll be 2 years sober in December.
Oh, that's right, yeah. But you still go but dude, you can still be like Robert De Niro in Cape Fear, dude, drinking water.
Still haven't watched that.
Oh, you gotta watch that movie because he's hella straight edge in that film. And I was watching it with my son the other day, and I was like, "You see how creepy straight edge people are?" Like he's at a bar right now, and guess what he's drinking?
Right.
Drinking water, dude. Do you understand how scary that is? Like,
yeah,
just sitting there talking to girls, and he's like, "What do you do?"
Yeah, that's like yeah, that doesn't work. I can't do that unless I'm with somebody or going there with somebody. I don't. It's hard enough. Bars are hard enough. I never had that much luck at bars in particular.
But what do you think, man? You're an alcoholic. You can't pretend. You can't just drink a beer and pretend like you're just being like sociable.
I don't know. I probably could. It just triggers like a bunch of. I like getting drunk. That's the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it's a lot of fun, and I'm really good at it. Like you've seen me. You've seen me get kicked out. Fucking right back. Like
oh, you're right.
I love it, but I just can't. When I can't.
You don't know how to stop.
Well, I just can't. There is no like. I remembered the last time I had thrown up was in like 2015, and that's like the e-brake for your body, and so then you just start blacking out, and then that's when it starts getting sketchy. Like I would wake up in like people's backyards, and I would think it was my friends, and I'd go and like knock on the door, nobody was there, and then I just fell asleep.
It gives you energy, huh? It gives you energy.
Yeah. And it's fun. I lose all my anxiety, and I can fucking be funny and stuff like that. And but then it just then it gets like the lows are really low, and then it's just like it's not even fun anymore. It's just like
I drink 3 beers right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to take a piss. I mean, the only thing alcohol does for me that's bad is that I'll end up eating something at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. No, that.
And I'll wake up in the morning and just be like, all right, coffee. And then, man, if I keep eating this Jack in the Box at 2 in the morning, 5 days in a row, I mean, people aren't gonna have the guts to tell me I'm fucking fat ass. And then that one person's gonna tell me I'm a fat ass, and it's just gonna hit me like a ton of bricks, dude.
It's just reality.
And then I'm gonna start looking in that mirror again. I'm gonna start looking in that. I already made an oath, like just like you stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped looking in that mirror. I don't look at it.
I broke all the mirrors.
Like I'll look at this screen right now, and I'm looking at myself.
Mm-hmm.
But man, mirrors. If I start looking too close at them, I start looking at little cavities in my gut, a little harder filled up.
Oh, I just went and got some fillings. Dude, I didn't go to the dentist for 10 years.
And what happening?
Well, dude, I had like 6 cavities or something, and like some gingivitis that they like lasered off me, and now I'm all good. But I was terrified because like,
yeah, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
You really do. And dude, what's even crazier is like, it would have been better if I had not brushed at all, because I always brush like twice a day, but I, like fucking da-da-da. But it's better to not flush and only floss than to brush. That's because if you don't floss, then you're actually, like, flossing is the most important thing to do, because that's getting rid of the shit that gives you cavities, because that's the food and all that. I had no idea how important that was. But I was shocked, because I like tried to go through like all different ways. I got my braces off, and then I was like, I'm never going back. Yeah. And then I was like, then I started feeling my teeth, and it started to feel like, I don't know, that maybe that something was loose or something. I just got really paranoid, about the sensitivity, and so I started buying like raw milk. This is when I was living back in Phoenix, because I like was researching.
You're switching with raw milk?
Yeah, I was not switching, just drinking. Like
okay.
The like raw milk has these parasites. Yeah, raw milk has these parasites that like eat the things that eat your teeth.
Uh-huh.
So like they did, like, this guy did all these studies after he like stopped giving his baby or his little girl like any like store-bought like shit essentially, but she kept losing her teeth, and so he realized that it wasn't necessarily just like bad things going in, it was a lack of like certain nutrients. And you'll see like certain like Inuits and stuff like that, and then like certain cities in Texas that had been drinking raw milk, and then the Inuits doing like fish and shit. It's like, it's good for the teeth. But anyways, I only had like 6 cavities, and I was like amazed. Like, I was terrified for 10 years, and I finally did it, and I was just very happy.
That's good, dude. Because like my sister's a dental hygienist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I actually went in. I went about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they cleaned up my teeth, and they said I might have a little cavity in the front, but don't worry about it. Just keep brushing and flossing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I went recently, like 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to a periodontist.
What is that?
They're like hardcore cleaners. Like they're different. It's like, I think it's for older people that they do like more hardcore dental shit, right? And my sister said this lady Rose is like the best cleaner ever, right? And I should go there. I thought she was gonna hook me up with a price. Right, because you talked to her, and I thought I was gonna get a deal.
Right.
So I got my teeth cleaned, but man, she cleaned them like dude. She scraped them and got all this tartar off. Like, she was like just going to town on my shit.
Yeah.
Really popping off barnacles or whatever she was doing to my teeth.
Yeah.
And then I go up there, and there's like $200. I'm like, fuck, Jesus Christ. Just 30 minutes. Like, what the fuck? And then she said I had no cavities, right? So I was like, oh, cool. Right on, And she's like, but I want you to come in like in February, I just want to see. Did you haven't come in 5 years? I just want to see how much crud you get on your teeth in just like 4 months.
Right.
So then I was like, all right. I went ahead and I just scheduled another appointment, right? Mm-hmm. So what I was going to tell you was this. So then my sister tells me, yeah, Rose said your teeth were fucking dirty as fuck. And I was like, what? I was like, she acted like I was all cool. Like, what the hell? What the hell is this two-faced bullshit? Yeah. Don't have the guts to tell me in my face like my shit was all fucked. So I've been doing cocaine every day. Like, cocaine every day for the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's brushing your teeth a little bit.
I've been brushing my teeth more just because I heard about the cocaine tooth.
With cocaine toothbrush, yeah. You got those crooked dick cocaine teeth.
Yeah, dude, all that. The crooked dick. Yeah. I wish I had the crooked dick at least,
Dude, I miss crooked dick.
Hey, that was such a good time you were down here, dude. It makes me want to be like, man, I wonder if my life would have been better if I was just a bachelor who just self-hating stuff like Sam Hyde. You know, I could have been.
What are you talking about when I was living there?
Yeah, when you stayed for like a week.
Oh yeah, that was awesome, dude.
And it was just like, what are we gonna do? What am I gonna? And then we just, I mean, just the ability to sit
mosey on over.
Just have two people, just have two bros on their laptop with a fucking big flat screen in front of them, and just to fucking, act like you're high and just say stupid shit.
Yeah.
You don't have Adult Swim, so you're kind of like, fuck, you know, you're just gonna lose money.
Yeah.
But man, if you could turn that blabber into money, you know, you could turn that fucking nonsense into sense, you know.
Turn nonsense into
sense.
Nonsense. It's yeah, we should do like sketches, or like a little like almost like plays, like where we take different dialogues or something, and we play our parts and make something different out of two things or something like that, or just
I'm totally down.
You know what I mean? That'd be
totally
fun.
Down. Like, I could be like, hey, I'm having an Antifa. We're gonna have an Antifa get together. We're gonna
and I'm gonna respond using the dialogue from the Epstein deposition.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
And I'll tell him, like, you know, Biden has I just want to know, like, dude, we got to get Trump out. Okay, we got to get this fascist out. He's a sexist fucker. He's sexist. He's a fucker.
I've never seen her.
He's a racist fuck. Trump is a sexist, racist. Sexist, racist. Trump is a risk.
I would never do that.
And you're just like, what the fuck is going on in this conversation? Oh,
yeah.
Oh, the smart guys would be like, well, this guy right here is just repeating what Antifa people say over and over again. And guy on the right, the Epstein.
We'd have to like. I think what would make it good is if we not just choose it randomly, but, you know, pair them properly. You know.
To where they're like timed, so
to where they actually mesh. Like we can move everything around, but just find the right tones and see what would be
like
the most
interesting. It's like an old acting school exercise. Like, I try to make the tone, like, make the tone obsolete, but it's all about my.
It's like exactly. It'd be like reading the newspaper as like singing. You know, like every Radiohead.
Yeah, I'm totally for that.
That'd be fun, but that's how you turn it in. You just do like consistent content, essentially, that people want to see, and then they'll pay you $5 a month to have access to your website.
I want to try to find ways of getting people in a catch-22 and like question their cause. So the idea of like forcing them to get a tattoo if they really believe in Antifa.
I think that's really cool.
But if they don't, then I'm just gonna straight up deny them their right of fucking, you know, like, they don't, like, whatever their cause is fake. They're fucking undercover.
We need to make our own cause, or come up with our own cause that isn't that would still put them in the same sort of position, that would force them to join us.
Next time someone calls me racist, I'm gonna call them an undercover Republican. You're undercover and you're fucking undercover.
They're a Republican Fed. Yeah.
Trump, bitch.
It's so funny that they use it whatever they want to use it, they flip it. So it's like they'll talk about, you know, the government, fuck. It's like
the thing is, sometimes they'll come up to me and say I'm undercover, and I'm stuck. What do I say? Like, I'm at a Black Lives Matter protest.
You shush them.
And they come up to me and they say, dude, you fucking undercover, fucking honky.
You say abracadabra.
No, I say, what'd you say, white lady?
You say white bitch?
What'd you say, Karen?
Yeah, fucking Karen.
What'd you say, MC? I look him in the face, all stone shoving. What'd you say, MC Karen? You want some of this? I remember back in high school, they used to, I already told you that story, dude. Like, where you from? Where you from?
Oh, yeah, with the, with the you're repping the wrong
Pant leg.
block with your pants.
I had my pant leg rolled up. And
Right.
I was like, from here? Over there?
Can't do that.
It threw him off, but I was just being truthful. Like, where are you from? And I was like over there.
Was it your hands going both directions?
They were doing this New York shit. They're like, what? Never mind.
With the
Get out of here. What?
With the beanie pulled down over the eyes.
Like this, they'd be like, this kid. I was like, man, I just wanted to get the new De La Soul album. You know, like, and like, am I not allowed to? You know, am I not allowed to get the De La Soul album?
I guess.
I'm only allowed to buy Beastie Boy albums. Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
And then I get all that weird punk music.
What weird punk
music? That's how it was listening to hip hop back in the day, dude.
What? They were like that close?
If they throw the race card at you.
You have to.
You start questioning your complexion because somebody runs on you.
Like if they looked at you while you were browsing in the record store, you'd just
exactly.
You'd see them and then you'd just go to Beastie Boys. You'd say,
well, they'd be like, they'd really be like, you ain't supposed to be over here looking at this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Shit. You're right.
Blacks only.
And I'd be like, so what music does my complexion listen to? Beastie Boys. Yeah, that's a good joke right there, dude. I should write that one down. That'd be a good stand-up. But then people were like, Beastie Boys, who? What the fuck? Who are they?
Dude. Have you heard any good music lately?
Good music.
Like anything new?
You know what's crazy? I'm fucking weird, but I listened to believe it or not, what's a good album is Goody Mob's first album. You know Goody Mob?
I've heard that name before, but I don't know.
There's a first album that came out. They're like southern rappers.
Okay.
The production is like extremely good. Now that I re-listened to it, I was like, wow, this isn't like low grade production. Like someone knew these guys and put some money into these guys. This is not no home recordings, dude. This is like first album in the studio type shit. And it's like really good black conspiracy raps. Like they put
government did AIDS.
Yeah, like they drop crack in the community. They put fluoride in the water. There's like black helicopters swooping down. They got our phones tapped. It's like really good paranoid black music, dude. Like, but it's good.
How much space do you think is actually like realistic to grant to like race relations complaints as far as like white supremacy goes? We can edit this end piece out.
I would have to say this. So like if I were to say the word zero, right? None. That could be argued, like, because we're gonna use the vague term black. We're gonna use it all, like just like we'd use the vague term white, right?
Well, I'll narrow it down to like systematic racism. Like racism is embedded in society, American society.
Well, I would say that. Well, if we're talking about systemic racism, like there's nothing that would not be systemic racism in their arguments. So affirmative action is systemic racism. Welfare is systemic racism. Any type of like repercussions or reparations would just need me furthering systemic racism.
Okay, so even like proposed solutions to like
it would still be a
racism. Gotcha.
Because it would still be following like some weird.
Oh, you mean I've got a problem? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be like a vague cause with a vague effect, like, and then we're trying to find solutions.
Okay.
It would still sound like racist. we're assuming something. Even
right. Yeah. You're implying that you need help.
That's why I don't know. I would generally just say maybe this. I don't know, man. You got to be a little more. I think people need to be more creative with it. I don't think they are. I don't know what it takes. I know the high ups aren't afraid to murder people. I don't know why they're hiding. I don't know why they're saving all these assassinations for a certain day. But like honestly, dude, think about it. Like, you can get away with murder a lot, especially for like you can get away with murder.
You can get away with anything. Look at the Epstein shit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
yeah.
If you really want to solve something, like, be a little more creative with these murder. Like, do something. Like, bomb something. Therefore, people will rally around the bombing. I don't know. Like 9/11. I don't know if that was a virtuous act. I don't know if it's I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but like, all these tragedies can have a virtuous reaction.
So you're saying there's enough supremacy going on? Because when I heard like Kanye West talking about like not, it's racist to not have a board seat at Gap, or that just the idea that there aren't enough.
So like that's what I'm trying to say. So like, you put a black person at Gap, that's systemically racist right there. It's more systemically racist actually. Now let's wonder like. So like, deep down in there,
well, that's affirmative action in general.
Like, I only got hired here. I'm not good at my job. I only got hired here because I'm black.
Because I have to legally. Yeah. Like, well, that's the whole affirmative action thing, and like it goes on in schools and everything. But it's like there. That's what I'm saying is like there's no racism occurring there. It's just that there is no black CEO of Gap. They haven't been turning. My argument is that it makes no sense. If you're in business, you're in business. Like, if someone can save you 25% or boost your shit 25%, that's why they like them having a deal with him is crazy. It's crazy to insinuate racism after that. Like, sure. They're teaming up with you, and that's a huge liability from a company standpoint. That's why most companies turn him down, because he's volatile, and you don't know what he's gonna say. So like,
in the opposite way, they get someone completely a black guy completely opposite of Kanye West.
Yeah.
And they're able to manufacture him like LeBron or somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, or the Chadwick Boseman, the old black
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. Someone just to play the part. But it's like, there's no. I don't think racism is occurring these days. Like on a scale, especially on a scale like that. I don't think people. I just don't think. Like, I've never met a real racist person. Like, who?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, no one has ever told me that the white race is superior.
Okay, totally. But dig this. So like, these this idea that this thing that you're experiencing, your experience, mm-hmm. and your expression of your experience isn't really working at all with these people at all. Like, it just is not like it doesn't convert them in the least. I think the only thing that works with Antifa and these Black Lives Matter is that you wanna show that not only is it what you think it is, it's more. It's everywhere. Even when I give you a gift, I'm being systemically racist. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everything, even when you're happy.
Well, that's how they're.
I manufactured it.
Right.
Like, if you
get buy a product,
that crushing singularity of just pure paranoia,
right?
Of like, Jesus Christ, so you're telling me, even when I went to it's all systemically racist. They don't think you're good enough. That's why, like, you brought it up. They're taking it to the core. They're gonna go all the way with it.
Well, I think it's. I don't think you can convert people, like, especially like real like leftists.
But you damn well know you can break people.
Yeah, but you have to present information in a certain way, and that's why they call like certain like you know, they call it getting red pilled. You know, when you see a certain video or, you know, hear a certain thing, it cracks it, you know, and then you start reevaluating everything. And it's like,
well, I keep thinking, you know how I interpret red pill now? The color red, you know, it's like just going Republican.
Well, yeah, that's essentially the implication. It's like
that is what the implication was.
Yeah.
Like, or with the right, whatever you call it.
Yeah. And so like with so I think it's down to, because it's due to perspective, and like in the same way where it's like, okay, if I'm in a cop car, or if I'm in a car and I get pulled over by a cop, and as he's walking up, I see through my mirror that he unbuttons his holster and to make his gun be available if he needs it. I think, okay, he's doing his job. You know, he doesn't know who he just pulled over. Yeah. A black person can see that, and most times they're going to say it's because I'm black. And that completely changes their whole experience. Like, if you view the lens through, like, so I think that's basically what it is. Once you realize that, you know, like, well, I don't know how you get out of that, like, honestly, because, like...
No, but think about, I'm going to take a leak real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
But you get this one. Get this thing. I think it's a little. I hate talking about black stuff when I'm white, but like, think about what this dilemma is systemically racist, right?
Wait, well, before that, black people talk about white people all the time.
But I'm talking about it sophisticatingly. Like, I would be annoyed if a black person was trying to talk about white people sophisticatingly. Like, you know, if we're talking about the dynamics and. But anyways, what do you think about this? Generally, how the media represents black people, right? Is extremely hood or extremely successful. There's no like middle nothing ground, is there?
Well, that's I mean, look at the last like.
I know plenty of them. I know plenty of my friends are like that. They're not.
Look at George Floyd. Look at Breonna Taylor. Look at all of these like people that come into fruition, you know, that are doing fucked up shit and get killed, you know, and then they flip and do this. It's like that meme where they show, like, they tried to make Breonna Taylor out to be this EMT who never, you know, was just trying to save people all day, and then got shot. When in reality, she was an EMT 5 years ago for a few months, and then got fired with a do not rehired box checked. And then there are pictures of her like with guns. They found a dead body in a rented car under her name. Like, this isn't some innocent person, you know, walking around with 15 grand at this apartment. Like, she was a part of a thing. Like, so then
why
they
do you
flip
think
her
the
as being
media
a
is so
CMT.
sloppy with choosing the ones they want to martyr?
Because
damn well know there's better.
They're working with what they have. No, actually, you're right.
I mean, I know they could have picked a better victim. People die all the time innocently. There's all sorts of bystanders all the time.
And I think it's got a lot to. Gavin McInnes does a whole thing actually about this, and how there are exactly what you said, like real cases of actual racism.
Hey, you want to hear a for real one?
Yeah.
So when they were burning me down with the Nipsey Hussle thing, right? They were burning me down, right? Only because they were burning me down. I was watching the news every day. I was just looking what's going on with black people, black this, racism. You know, I was just on the news all the time, right? Just trying to find out, you know, the amount of black people that die. You know, because that was my argument too. It's like, I don't give a fuck about Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Like you pick your celebrity, you want to mourn them. There are people dying innocently all the fucking time, and you guys want to make a big old protest about this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and dig this. On 43rd Avenue and the I-10, you know, right here, dude, right down the street, right? Somebody, it was a Mexican dude, got in a little road rage with a black guy, and he had his girlfriend in the passenger seat and his 2 kids in the back seat, right? This road rager thought he should just shoot at the car. No joke. He just thought he should unload his gun. And he killed the girl in the back. The girl in the back seat, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody else got wounded or something. She died.
Right.
This news got nothing, dude.
Yeah.
It was one day. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
yeah.
And you know what? I wanted to post it. And I was like, you know, like, you guys want to mourn somebody who's in fucking some other state. He doesn't give a fuck about you. Yeah. This girl just happened a couple streets down the block, dude. You know, you fucking corn, dude. Fucking corny.
Yeah.
Fuck. You know? But what I mean, this was a true story, dude. This is on the fucking news, dude. As if it just fell on my lap because I was on the internet so much looking for shit. And yeah, no, I mean, that could be spun in such a tragic way when you think about it. A young girl in the back seat, but he was a Mexican guy. They got in a road.
Exactly. There's a narrative going on, and they're only trying to add scenes that match the narrative.
Yeah.
And so it's like, because like you said, there are real cases of racism, but they don't happen in swing states, so they don't say anything about it. Like, there's that, and there's also, like, you know, Pat Buchanan talks about it in The Death of the West. It's like, he details, like, it's the same thing as, like, you know, you flip the word, you know, if people are, like, saying shit about white people, you flip it and see if it's to black and see if that sits well. It's the same thing with, like, there are so many cases where you detail, like, Gavin McInnes did this thing where he details all of these murders, these terrible things, like, where, you know, these white people would fucking, like, 2 of them would kidnap, fucked up a whole party, basically, took them to a football field, raped the women, and made the men watch, and then executed all of them. And they're like, why did this not happen? You know, why did you not hear about this? And it's because the people that killed them weren't actually black. It was switched around. The black, or I mean, weren't white. Like, the victims were white, so nobody reported it. Like, and the assailants were black, and you see that all the time. Like, it's they're stoking these flames. I don't know why, other than, like, they see a gain through, you know, getting BLM to go as far as it can possibly go. I don't know.
It's, you know what else it is? There's a weird dynamic too. Like, when you think about this idea, how you assume what is general, like the general reality of news, like the main consensus of news. So, like,
right,
if this is getting published more, so, like, all of a sudden you show a group of black conservatives, right?
Yeah.
They almost look like circus acts. They like circus freaks. Because they look like the minority.
Right.
Like black people are supposed to be at BLMs and, like, black fisting. They're not supposed to be like, I just don't know about Biden's economic policies, and he wants to take taxes. You know, like, they have their conservative ideas of, like, taxes and shit. You know, like, you hear a black person talking about it, like, what a fucking cornball Uncle Tom. You know what I mean? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because
you're saying that would be the reaction.
Well, yeah, but this is the only way the mind can, like, resort to, like, assessing the reality. There's always going to be a majority, and there's always going to be this marginal minority of things. And they're always gonna, the minority thing's always gonna look at like, what? It must be like that makes no fucking sense.
Well, I think
That
the people
person
that are
must
saying,
go out.
but the motivations for why they're saying it has no sense or where that's coming from.
Well, it comes from
is,
it comes from the quantity feed of the media. So the media can bombard them with more Coca-Cola ads. Coca-Cola is definitely not Shasta.
right.
Based on quantity, based on like exposure to the.
They know their demographic is the left, and so they don't.
Well, then if the news publishes that story more than it publishes like black conservatives, then like we're gonna know like what's more right, and normal is gonna be Black Lives Matter and victimization of like cop brutality. Based just on quantity, it has nothing to do with content, intelligence.
No, it does. It does though when 80 or 99% of the media is left wing and preaching the same thing.
Yeah,
so
totally. And therefore therefore it's more quantity. It's more about like they keep showing it, they keep shoving it, they keep. It's on fucking Borat. They did Borat. They try to think like they're changing the story by having a different movie, but it's saying the same thing.
Right.
Think about the high criticism of some of this postmodern shit. Like they see a movie and they go, oh, this is just the same syndrome.
Right.
Black or white savior, type thing. You're like, oh, okay. They keep shoving it. Oh, okay. You see what the problem is. This was Hegel. This was like before Marx. Hegel would say like, whatever is posited will forever be negated. You know what I mean? Like, it exists.
Okay.
So if you start laying systemic racism, you can't just like pose it's negative and think it's gonna be like solved. It's gonna constantly be in opposition because it brought into existence until it's like burned down. It doesn't exist in the language anymore. Man, think about how they're digging up the languages now and the imagery.
What do you mean?
Like all these protests and things. They're digging up.
Oh right, yeah.
I mean,
anti-fascista and
yeah,
the fist.
Yeah, they're digging up old symbols.
Yeah.
Trying to relive the old tragedy.
Right.
And I guess they're afraid it's gonna die, or that's only. History's very shitty. You know what I mean? It's like, it's good when someone smart figures out how to use it for its language, but like when dummies use it just for like, I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
It was
Hell yeah.
like it was a picture of hieroglyphics, or no, it was a picture of Souls of Mischief. Fuck, dude, I gotta find it.
Dude,
It's mixing up 3 different rap groups like Tribe Called Quest.
yeah.
And like, what's your favorite Tribe Called Quest song?
Yeah.
Mine is, it was like Blowout Cone.
Mr. Dabalina.
Yeah. Well, no, it was Digable Plans. It was a song by Digable Plans. It was like Cool Like That. Mine's Cool Like That, or I can't remember, but then people.
Yeah, they do that with like the
were like,
Beatles and the
hilarious,
Stones
bro.
and Bob Dylan. Yeah.
But then young kids would be like, they would write in and be like, that isn't Souls, like that is not a Souls of Mischief song. Obviously.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, dude, you're horrible, dude. Like, you're obviously see how obvious this was.
That's like, yeah, exactly.
Then I could be easily as like pretentious as them, like, obviously you're stupid. And then he could be like, obviously, bro, that is cool.
Obviously, you haven't Googled Operation Paperclip. Dude, where do you stand on like where do you stand on like the conspiracy theories, like the ones that have been around for a while, like did we land on the moon? You know,
I talked to my friend the other day, and I'm this is how I look at it. I think they're so like Sigmund Freud wrote a book interpretation of dreams, right? Created all that nonsense, like if you dream about drowning, it's about your mother wanting, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's what psychoanalysis did for the fucking the insanity of the future. You know, like it made everything you think about have more than one meaning, right? So if you're paranoid, so like if you were to come into me as a therapy session as your analyst, right, and you want to talk about conspiracy theories, we could go into them. You know, like if you're obsessed with like the fake moon landing, I would say we could go somewhere with that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Do you feel safe where you live right now? You get what I'm saying? Like, do you wonder about if anybody's moving outside of your house and looking through the window?
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's certain things about all these conspiracy theories that have like a real experience to them.
Right. Yeah.
Like if I'm seeing stuff through if I've never been in an airplane, or if I never controlled an airplane, then I probably doubt the moon landing more. But
So,
pilot, I probably start believing in a lot more if I've been in a fast car. There's all sorts of things.
Right.
So I mean, I don't really care to prove any of these conspiracy theories, right?
Okay, gotcha.
I'm more or less thinking, how much can you actually invest your whole sense of your whole body into, like, as a psychedelic experience? You get what I'm saying? Like, are you willing to get high and actually like meditate on the flat Earth theory?
Right.
Like,
right.
That's what I did, and it was a fucking blast. Like, it was.
What was it like?
Wow, dude. Honestly. What?
Tell me about that. I never got into that.
Well, I was really stoned once. My buddy was telling me about flat Earth theory, and he wasn't forcing on me, and he was even kind of half in denial about it, but he was like very curious, and he said, you know, like, think about it, dude. Like, do you know about Einstein's curved space? Right? Do you know about conal topology? So he started drawing these shapes, right? And I started feeling space squeezed and curved, you know? And I started saying maybe I should deny the idea of spheres and be more into this like globular cone shape.
Right.
Which means like at the bottom of the cone, let's just say, is the flat Earth, right? And at the at the top of the ice cream cone, where it has where you put the ice cream in it, that circle up there is where the sun rotates in a tethered circle.
Okay. And
then on the bottom is this some sort of gravitational plate thing. It's not flat, dude. It's not like a piece of paper, but it has some sort of odd, like, and this is what I'm talking about when I'm stoned. Okay, like I'm going into it, right? Like, and I'm saying it's a possibility that this simulation that we're living in has a code of a gravitational floor. It doesn't need to curve back on itself to be a sphere. We don't need to constantly be consumed by spheres and orbits. We could be consumed more by linear pattern recognitions in a flat space, just like a computer program. Like, you could keep traveling in your straight line right now in that car, and you can go through those roads. Maybe you gently curve in a circle back to your beginnings point. Maybe you don't go upside down and around. Is this off?
I'm just listening.
Feel this idea of going in such a straight line that slightly veers to the left at such a rate. It might feel like you're going around the Earth, but you might just be going in a certain magnetic gravitational field, like those filings on a magnet, how it curves around back on itself. But this is only extreme flat Earth theorist type thing. This isn't the cheap version.
Okay.
Like, I could actually feel Einstein. Einstein has crazy theories in which he feels space bend on itself. He also has crazy black hole theories. I mean, it's okay. It's not like I'm denying like the idiocy of believing in spherical planets at all. But like, think about, like, there could be a mathematical equation that could bend the idea of things in a curve, not necessarily in a 360-degree empty space.
I see what you're saying. So you're seeing,
yeah,
right?
And then we can get even further. Like, I would even say even more, like, we're still very limited in our body. Like, it makes sense for our body to invent things that aren't really being experienced without the body. Like, we're experiencing, like,
no, that's true. Considering, like, we see everything through our eyes.
Yeah.
Like, we perceive dimension, we perceive depth, like, but that's all, just happening, it filtered through here. We don't really know what anything looks like.
Sure.
Sure.
Or even think about you bobbing your head on your shoulders, your neck. Your head's bobbing on your neck like a planet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've got an elusive idea what's behind your head. I mean,
right.
Like, okay, that didn't. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. It's still there. Right. And therefore, we would make an idea of a planet, like a head out there, saying it's still there all around it, 360 degrees. It's fine. These are all very obvious theories, but like Einstein, these crazy ass scientists had to see it a different way in order to, like, extrapolate these semi-process. I mean, my brain can't do it, but I can imagine how autistic they can get to develop these theories. I get it. I can get how their brain can be consumed in that place, and they can develop a new theory, like some sort of quantum physics, and then they get, like, I don't know. They get fucking
some weird code language.
I don't fuck. I mean, I kind of think that's real. I know my limits, though. You know what I mean? Like, but man, when I'm stoned, though, when I can get stoned, I take some breaths, dude, and I'm going in there, dude. Going in there, pretending like I'm in the Einstein world, bro. I'm like, just need a mathematician to put this into numbers. I need a compass. I need a protractor.
I need a graph
paper.
Yeah, exact graph paper.
But no, there's all sorts of cool shit. I remember, Buckmeister Fuller, the geodesic dome guy.
No.
And like, was it Disney World in Florida? You know that circle that has all the triangles and it makes a globe. Yeah, you take
that has all the triangles. Oh yeah.
You do all these triangles and you bend them in such a way it has a giant globe.
Biodome.
Yes, yeah. So that guy Buckmeister Fuller designed the triangle things. It's called
Is that really something you could consider that you designed? I mean, you just put a bunch of triangles together.
You're right.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, but this guy was This guy was hailed as an amazing engineer.
No, yeah, I'm sure that took
I
some
mean,
thought.
he would do these crazy math equations. He would break down each human body and how much calories they burn a day, and he would treat every person as like some sort of like unit of calorie burn, and then he'd quantify how much food we would need to put through that engine, which is a human being, and then he would say, then he would do the math, and he says, well, we need this much units of protein for the population at 7 billion to survive. You know, like, and whether it's real or not, you're like, yeah, that's ridiculous ass math. But I mean, numbers are right. I suppose you need that much protein, so then you'd go into how many plants you would need to grow and how much sunlight. Yeah, he would do these numbers, right? And you're like, wow, dude, he has no idea about rape, murder.
That's why like I'm fine with you not caring about voting. You're worried about the diseases, the dick diseases, You know, like you're special. You're doing good work over there. You don't need to be over here.
I know.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, did you hear that? You saw that last post I did. I said, you know, I start scratching, and I get these fevers. I get these horrible headaches. I get these depressive slumps. You know, and then I start laughing. I start laughing because I realize that suicide. I used to think suicide takes courage, and I realized it's just about letting go. And when I start thinking about it, I start laughing hysterically and knowing that soon the pain will be over. You know.
Dude, I love you, man.
I started thinking like I thought it was gonna be such a hard thing to confront death, you know? Like I mean I did a horrible impersonation, but that time on the podcast I was there. I
love that. Oh, with Eli?
Yeah.
Dude, that was an amazing clip. What's up with you guys, by the way? Where you guys stand right now?
I think we're fine.
Because I saw a video where he wants you to delete the files. Get him the files.
He erased one today because he said he posted today on his page on his Facebook. He said, I'm making a diss track I'm making an Abe Zuka diss track, like a diss song.
Right, like Drake, yeah.
And I said, bro, no one cares. I go, bro, no one cares about our feud anymore. But they're probably gonna care about this. And I posted a picture of a Trump voting ballot with the Trump one scribbled in.
Dude, that's amazing. The post. No, he didn't. That's
what a dick, dude, huh?
That's something to actually beef about. That's fucking hilarious. That's something hilarious, dude. That's something...
It was like a ballot, and it had the Trump.
Yeah, check mark. Like,
oh, they're gonna care about this. I posted something. I have to admit, I posted something very lefty today, but I was proud of it a little bit.
Yeah.
I said no one cares anymore about your political views. Do you cook? You got some tools to fix shit?
Mm-hmm.
You growing anything? Bruh, you got a funny joke?
Yeah.
That's all I wrote.
It's like no money, weed, or ass, baby, no backstage pass.
Yeah.
That was Andre Nicotina.
Hey, is this where you live right here?
So one of the places, yeah.
Oh, you have multiple fucking.
Yeah, I'll give you the
houses.
Yeah, that's my summer.
Hey, what's your view on Chris D'Elia getting slapped around with rape charges?
Seemed like bullshit.
Well, he definitely disappeared pretty quick.
Yeah, he lost everything. I don't know. I didn't really pay. He's fucking. Yeah, he's probably living somewhere nice. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make a comeback because he was kind of like not a funny comedian.
He really was.
He was just like a personality that got. He was a Vine that got old like years ago.
Yeah. He was a vine that died on the vine. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, he got taken off the Vine. He died. That's how it goes. Yeah.
Died on the vine.
Dude, I'm at 100,060 miles.
Oh, so you use a company car?
No. This is my car.
I used to have
my gram.
car.
Yeah.
I would take Alex out on dates with the company on the company miles.
Wait, what company?
It was an air conditioning company. It was a refrigeration company in San Diego.
Oh, okay.
And we used to drive the automobiles home. And Sundays I'd be like, man, let's just take the van because I don't want to spend any money on gas.
Yeah.
So we just they wouldn't know, dude. I would drive around town. And then I think I was drunk one night and I was using the company phone. And
calling Alex.
No, I was calling. We were downtown drunk, and I saw someone's phone number, and it was like on their window. And I said something stupid. I called the number, and I left a message. I said, "Hey, there's like a dead pigeon trying to get inside your window." I said something stupid like that, right? Something like a prank that was not even funny, right?
Yeah.
And then they actually called. They called my work. And they said, yeah, someone from your company called us about dead pigeon out the window, that prank or something. And then they knew what phone it was. They said the number or something. They're like, Greg, did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know who that person is, so it might be a prank on a prank. They shake their head. They're like. Once I give them a knot, like a crazy knot, that's what I've done my whole life. They just kind of go, just get back to work. You're fucking retarded. I wouldn't be defensive. I just constantly be like, how do I even know if this is real right now? How do I know if you're really even talking to me right now? Let's get back to work. Okay.
You start costing the company money.
You just get super philosophical. You're like, how do I know this is real?
Yeah, and they're just like, this is starting to eat into our budget. Yeah. This conversation is draining resources.
You know what's sad? He's not even stoned. He's just a fucking jackass. I mean, truly, that's what went through their head. They probably were just like,
dude,
he's a fucking college kid. Fuck this guy.
I've got, the one time I had a thing with the driving company vehicles. I never, I was driving. I'd worked like a 90-hour week out in Wyoming, 4 hours of sleep, and then all night in these hotels. And at the end of the week, it was like 2:30 in the morning, and we've just done like an 18-hour shift of consecutive 18-hour shifts, and I was gonna drive one of the vehicles back that had like a bunch of materials, drive it from Wyoming back to Phoenix. So I started doing that, and this is like the night before. That was like July 3rd, so the next day was July 4th, and sort of on the way. I lived in Phoenix, but my grandma lived in. I wanted to see my grandma, and she lived in Lake Havasu, so I got permission, unofficial permission from my supervisor.
Yeah.
To take the vehicle and go and see my grandma and stay there for the weekend. And it was kind of like a circumstantial thing since we've just done a crazy amount of work and da-da-da. So anyways, I'm driving from Wyoming the nearest place to sleep is Salt Lake City, which is like 6 hours away. So I get to the hotel at around 8 in the morning, and I had to get to sleep until they kick me out at noon, and then I had to keep driving. And I get to Las Vegas, and this is when I was going to like strip clubs heavy. Like I was, I got pretty into strip clubs for a while, and I was like, well, I've never been to one in Las Vegas, and I'm cruising through Las Vegas, and so I stopped by, and I'm just like paranoid, you know, the cars and I know they can the GPS, and like I'm planning, like I'll just say like I stopped there for like lunch or something, like, you know, like anyways, I go in there and I'm talking to this girl, or I'm just watching, and this girl's like comes and sits on my lap, and she starts talking to me and is like laughing like she knows me. She's like, "Oh, where you been?" Like da da da.
Yeah, perfect.
I was like, and I was just like, "Oh, you know, I've been, you know, like, you know, nothing, I'm just like hanging." And she's like, "Where's your cousin?" And I was like, "Oh, he's, you know, but he's back at the hotel." And she's like, "Oh, okay."
Did you have a cousin?
No, like she thinks that I'm somebody else, and I'm just going with it. And we start to go, and she's like still, because she's like kind of drunk, and this is one of the strippers, and so she keeps asking me questions, and I realize that she's caught on that I'm not the dude that she thinks she is, or that she thinks I am. And so she starts getting more like inquisitive and like looking at me, and this is while she's got her hand on my face. She's got her arm wrapped around me, and on my face are her nails, and it's just, I become very aware that I'm like gotten myself into a situation which I was just like jokingly got into, not thinking like.
But that's what you're supposed to do as strip club. You're supposed to say
yeah, exactly. It's like and
what's her name?
And so I don't. She's like, you're not Dave, are you? Like, or whatever his name was, and I'm just like feeling her nails on my face, and like thinking she's like could be a psycho that's gonna rip my face off. And anyways, I tell her no, I'm not, and she starts laughing and says she knew, and da da da. Anyways, this is kind of a side. We started going for a dance, and she starts telling me that she'll like come and live with me for $2,000 a month, and and she's like in her 30s or something like that, or she looks like she was like late 20s or 30s or something like that. But she's like telling me that she'll come live with me for like $1,000.
You should tell her we'll do 1 month.
I definitely.
I'm gonna burn through you. I want to buy.
Dude,
I might
just
live on after 2 weeks.
Think about what that house that I lived in would look like if this woman was allowed to live there for free for a month. You know what I mean? Like, what would she be doing? Anyways, I thought about it. It was a great idea. She was very attractive. But anyways, I leave, and I'm still continuing my drive to Phoenix, and
or $2,000.
Yeah, 1,000 or 2,000. She gave me her number, and I'm like, is this worth it? I was making a bunch of money at the time.
Oh, so you were actually really thinking about this concept?
Not like, I wouldn't say really thinking about it, but I was like entertaining the idea.
You gotta write up a contract, you're gonna write up a legit because like seriously, that's a fucking deal.
Dude, you don't, there's no way you could get a safe deal with that sort of scenario, you know? Like, she would not, and that girl would take that money, she would do, if she did drugs, she would go and get her drugs, and then she would start, like, fucking talking to whoever, because I'm gonna be at work, she's gonna be bored, you know? She's like, all bored women don't stay.
Hardly got any video games.
I had Anne Frank's diary. That's all. That's all she was
saying, dude. That's why I'll give you $2,000, but we're gonna do 4 days of meth, no sleep, and I'm gonna run through you. I got ice.
Right. So we're gonna do a month. We'll do the month in just a weekend. And
I want you to put ice on the swelling. Oh, you're gonna be swell. I'm freaking be so raw. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Yeah. So I got tons of ice, You like slushies? Yeah, slushies. That's 7-Eleven.
There's a 7-Eleven around the corner, or a Circle K.
No, the better story. Like, so this girl said she wanted to stay for 2 months. I said 4 days, and I had nothing but slushies and ice cubes.
And meth. Yeah.
No, but keep going. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I go in these zones, dude, because I'm like that. I just want to go. I'm a poet. I'm a poet, bro.
Zones. Yeah.
Keep going. So I want to hear the rest.
Yeah. So I leave there. I'm fucking tired. Like, this is like I don't know how, like a 20-something hour drive, Wyoming to Phoenix or Arizona.
Yeah.
So I'm driving to my grandma's house, and I just come from the strip club and had that weird experience. Now I'm like driving and it's getting dark, and I'm just like, I took coffee. I'm just getting extremely tired, and I've got the 5-hour energy drinks plus coffee plus the windows rolled down and the punk music blaring. Like, I'm doing everything, and I'm still starting to nod off on these like little ravine-y sort of roads. And I'm just like thinking, like, you know, I'm literally going to fall asleep. I'm doing everything I can not to fall asleep.
Yeah.
What can I do to make sure that that's exactly what I did? And so I just started jacking off. So I was like, that's the only thing I can think of that I can't fall asleep doing. You can't.
Dude, that's hilarious. You
just
didn't hear that podcast that I did that story?
You told the story?
About Eli. I was telling Eli, I was like, listen, never told anybody this, but I had this long drive to San Diego once.
You did not.
And you know, like when you're nodding off, you can just crash and be dead, you know? So like, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't whack off, but I pulled my dick out. I stroked that dick. I just played with my dick for like, I mean, that's when I was younger, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I'd like dump water on. I just keep my dick kind of playable, you know. And I just play with it for like 2 hours, man. I got in San Diego. Didn't bust a load or anything because it'd be a mess. But I just kept rubbing that dick.
That's funny that you wouldn't do it because it's a mess. And I don't know if I told.
Plus, if I went, dude, I wouldn't have nothing. I probably wouldn't play with it for like another 30 minutes until
and you would have been more tired. I busted. I was just like I was going 80 miles. I was going 80 miles. I was going 80 miles.
Comes up, what's going on?
Well, I'm just gonna keep driving.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Weird something, man. No, but that's funny. Like, that's the exact same thing I did. I mean, I'm sure
that's what
a lot of people do.
I've told a lot of people, like, if you're getting tired, start masturbating. Like, that's the one thing. You can't fall asleep. You won't fall asleep.
I can't do it. I can't do it now, man. I used to just be able to do it without looking at it. I remember that would lead into another story about my cousin. He got really pissed off because this guy cut him off.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when we were younger, and he's like, man, I'll fucking jack off on that fucker. He's coming in his face. Like, he's like, fuck that motherfucker. I'll just fucking blow a load on his fucking face, bitch ass motherfucker. I was like, bro, so you know how hard that's gonna be? Like, it's really hard because you're gonna have to focus on him. Well, you're gonna have to focus on something so that load's getting blown. So however you're gonna do that, like, that's kind of gay, bro. Like, you're gonna have to look at him and make sure that load just blows on her. And I remember him looking at everything. You're right. He's all like, because I mean, he was legitimately thinking he could just blow a load at any given time, like you could.
Yeah, like mechanical.
No, dude, like you need concentration on things. You need to be in there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be.
You think it can't? You think it can't just be like a mechanical, like an amount of stimulation? Like,
I remember I used to have these giant ideas, like of just super corny. I thought I could just be like, I'm gonna see if I can just blow without touching. Like,
dude, I quit porn and I stopped masturbating. I can do that if I watch porn. I can just like thrust a couple times and like with this hyper stimulated shit, like
you're just like a
clip.
You're like, you're waiting for that one scene.
Yeah, and just like I just tense up. And it's like, I think that I'm like tricking the system, you know, but it's like,
That's pure comedy, bro. That's good comedy. I mean, if you did that on stage and you just really got like Andy Kaufman in your fucking psychotic, like you just got into the story and you just told someone like, so I put it on there, I just let it play and I just watch it. I'm like, I might say a couple things again. I might give it.
You could pull something up on the phone and hold it to the microphone, you know, like so they can hear what's going on. And
no, I'm talking about a stand-up comedy act.
Yeah. So you tell that as a joke.
Oh, you actually pretend like you're gonna do it in front of an audience.
I thought that's what you were saying.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Kaufman style, where you actually
making a joke story where they actually get into the zone and be like, yeah, that'd be even better. That'd be another good prop. So like, watch, I'll just do it right now.
Well, then you could actually do it. Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't even.
And then
be
you're like,
prop.
they tell you looking at your phone. You're like, yeah. Like you totally ignore.
You do glances at the audience, but then continue. Yeah, exactly.
Man, I think if I was younger, I could do it, dude. I think there was times when I was so fucking young. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, just like a fucking...
I don't care about that. It's like, I don't know, but there is something, I keep thinking about, like, stand-up comedy, like, just the idea, like, having a microphone and being able to say, like, whatever you want. Like, you know, talk shit about women or something like that.
You're not in it to do punchline jokes. You're in it for
it'd kind of be like what's that guy that everyone sucks his dick?
I tell you what, you know what the
50s dude that they called him like Jazz?
Lenny Bruce?
Yeah, it'd be like that, where it's more like talking.
Well, yeah, he had witty political knowledge stuff, right?
Right.
But I keep thinking about Andy Kaufman, right? What I think would so you're up there, right? You understand like how awkward it is for you to be up there and be responsible for everybody else's fucking entertainment.
Right.
Based on your idea of like a story. Right? But the idea is that you get up there, dude, and you're like really gonna do something new for the people.
Mm-hmm.
So you should feel absolute fear because you're not relying on like fucking punchy jokes, you know. And you just keep deep breaths, dude. And you're like, fuck, dude. And then you really just find out what might happen. You know what I mean? Like you really got to communicate with the audience. You got to communicate with yourself too. You know what I'm saying? Like not in this positive fucking professional way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're up there, right? And you're just trying to figure out how can I deliver this censored material that no one would ever want to go to. You know, like how can I deliver this story? And not try so hard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, up there, and you need to breathe, you need to see it. You see all them stupid fuckers that don't know you.
Yeah, and it's actually
and then fucking deliver a fucking like to where you don't want applause. You just like that shit was fucking weird.
Yeah. You just want to acknowledge a receipt.
He pretended to jack off.
I think he did jack off. Yeah, I don't know, but I'm realizing like that's just what Sam Hyde does. Like that's exactly what he does. Did you watch any of those? Like his stand-up things, like the one where he went to the LGBTQ stand-up and just like read out all of these statistics. Like if you're gay, you're very likely to also be a pedophile. just like reading stats.
Dude, I just saw this recent one where he was trying to do this commercial to get on the Joe Rogan podcast. And
those are great.
He's on that tractor. And that guy comes by and he's like, do you have insurance or do you have a permit for this? It's like,
yeah, I like how he handles that too. Like he's just like, they say no, we're just get off. Like he knows how to handle that situation. That's not worth whatever. But then the guy.
Are you trying to be antagonistic?
Yeah.
Because we can go there. You know, like something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, yeah, I heard your little frog joke. You should be a comic. You know, your little frog thing.
You should go out on the road.
Like, and I don't know what that frog thing was, but I'm sure it was so superficial and corny, whatever he did over there. It's like, a froth, you know, like howdy doody, how you got ribbit, whatever. Right, just something corny like that, and that guy wanted to drive me home.
Yeah.
But there's so much. I love him, but like, dude, there's times where like he reflects back to me my own self-loathing self, just like I'm dead inside. I'm just dead inside. Like, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's a super nice guy. Like maybe he has like a real good girlfriend. Maybe he's super nice to me.
I think he's he seems like, well, I don't know. You never know.
He definitely has a hip hop background, dude. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude is hip hop, bro.
Yeah.
100%. When I think about the beats, some of the beats he throws on it, and then sometimes his slang comes out, like he does this little like. You ever had some guy come up to you, like he's talking about some guy in New York, and he's like doing a New York accent. He's like, "Yo, man, those I just bought some Rockports for $250." He starts talking shit about people's clothes, and he starts talking about shit about like, you know, like they drop a name like of a brand that doesn't get made name like Fila, you know, like. The last time someone talked about Fila. And he just goes on this giant rant, dude. And you're like, oh man, this guy's so in the zone right now. Anyways, dude, I'm gonna go to sleep, bro.
That sounds good, man. This is good. Is
that an air conditioning hole above your head? Back there?
It was. Do you actually wanna see my well, yeah, so that's the air conditioning hole, and I was going to use it, and I bought this like little unit, and I had it like sitting here, and I had the tube going up, and that was just fucking ugly. And so what I did was I reverse engineered it. You see what I did? Yeah, I took the unit up. It's just one of those room units, and I cut a fucking grocery bag. I cut the bottom, and opened it up, and I put it over the over where the cold air blows out, and then I stuffed that bag into that one end of the tube. So so it just goes straight into the tube, and then I put the tube into the room, and I was like, I'm a fucking genius. This is great. Now there's nothing in here.
You're an air conditioner.
I'm certified. I'm a technician.
You're a contractor.
Yeah, hire me.
How long you been living there, dude?
How long have I been living there?
Here, at this spot.
I moved in September, so a little, like, almost 6 weeks, I think.
Man, I always think about when you were living in your car, dude. I used to, I remember there was times where I forgot about you, and I'd be out drinking. I'd be like, Caleb was in a car somewhere. It's crazy. He's still in a car somewhere.
Yeah, I remember.
In a car forever, dude.
5 months, yeah.
And I remember just being out at a bar, just drinking, like, not thinking about you at all. Just completely haven't thought about you in a long time, you know? And then I'm like, Caleb's like, in a car tonight? I don't think it's that long. That's a long time.
Dude, it was so much fun. But I swear, right when I had moved into that house, and like the night I hit the bed, it was like that whole 5 months just caught up to me, and I was like, oh, I've been living in my car for 5 months. It was crazy.
Dude, I bet you were doing it now, dude. You have tons of neighbors living in their car. You out there, everybody be like, yeah, Corona sucks. Like, no, I'm just trying to be a fucking musician. I'm just trying to Corona. No, man, I'm doing like weird.
Well, you can't
I'm
get,
not like
you can't get ejaculated or evicted because of COVID. What, you can't get evicted.
Oh no! I just mean like but like poverty's like an all-time high, dude. Fucking the protests, all that shit.
Yeah, laws. That makes sense.
You still can't get evicted in California? I thought they were lifting it.
I haven't heard anything, but I haven't really been paying attention.
Well, it ain't gonna last forever, dude. That rent does accrue.
Seriously. Yes, it does. Yeah.
You're gonna get slapped. You're gonna get slapped with a collection agency. They're gonna make it really hard for you to bankrupt. But you could probably, a lot of these rental places will want you to take the other deadbeat's place. They'll kick one deadbeat out.
It'll be easier to find a place. Yeah, they're gonna lessen the.
So I already told you that this one girl Leslie put a friend I know who's a comedian. She put looking for a place to rent. It's LGBTQ friendly. All that SJW shit. If you're gay, it's friendly, right?
Yeah.
I think guess what I you can imagine me at my keyboard going, thinking about what I just read. I said, I have a friend who's a Trump supporter, and I'll just have him message you. Actually, he's not a friend. He's more of an acquaintance. I do the podcast with him, and she knows Eli. Her and Eli are really good friends. So I was like, I'm just trying to find certain ways to burn Eli, because sometimes after he burned me quite a few times on Facebook, he started doing it
started to hurt.
No, bro, no, it didn't hurt. No, it did a little bit, and I'm kind of like, but I was like, is he conspiring against me with these other assholes downtown? It's like I start getting super paranoid because he's my eyes and ears down there with all those fucking dumbasses.
Yeah.
And again, how do I trust him?
Well, here's how
I went to Seattle with him, dude. He can't be a fucking thief.
Well, if he is, and you should probably look at it both ways at all times.
As all
he's my best friend. He's my enemy. Yeah. And you keep your enemies close. So that's perfect.
Well, I'm also looking at it like this. Either way.
You get
either way, it'll make my acting better because it'll be real. I act really good when it's real.
Right.
I act horrible when I have to make it up.
Yeah.
So if it's really him burning me down, I'm actually losing money and people are canceling me.
It's better for the content, and that's an Andy Kaufman way of doing the podcast on his part. If that's what he's doing, he should be doing it on purpose. Because
he said some people canceled him, some people blocked him for using some of the stuff that they were talking shit. Then again, I think he's still fucking with me, dude. Because he said, "Hey man, some people blocked me because I was using the material that they were saying about you to when I was talking shit about you." I was actually using Jason. Jason said all that shit about you. And I was like, well, Jason's a fat fuck. He doesn't do shit. So,
dude, also, that's just fucking gay. The lamest shit.
You know what's sad though? I know he can't be as lonely as I can. And then full of shit. But he's around with all those young kids. He's completely assimilated. And he doesn't know how much I would burn it all down. Just if it comes back to Alex, that's when I have to stop. If some of her clients are saying your husband's a rape apologist or something, I was like, what did he say? And they'll say something like, he thinks 80-year-olds shouldn't. Why aren't they getting raped? Why aren't 80-year-olds getting raped? Why?
Well, that's just a question.
Young, you should get raped. I guess that's what he meant. Maybe. But I was talking biologically in a Darwin standpoint. The biological systems find urges, and they don't use language too well. Sex is violent sometimes. It's a species, man. It's a species, bro. They're like, this fucking asshole, cancel this guy right away. He just tried to exit out of his rape thing by saying it's all species.
Yeah, what does that even mean? It's all species.
There's a movie called Species. I think there's a lot of rape in it. It's has a hot chick in it. She turns into an alien in the hot tub. You ever heard of it? Species.
I think I love those sort of movies. They remind me of being like a kid.
She's
They
like
remind me of being a
like a
kid.
sexy model, dude.
Yeah, that's what those.
Turned into a fucking murder, like alien
Right.
murder.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that shit.
man, sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
That's what's so sad about Jim Code. Like some of this shit he talks about, some of these chicks. Like, it was cool. That guy, my buddy that came over there, I was getting friends with him, I guess. You know, like he told me a story about Jim. He's like, he actually told me a story about this girl that was really into him, and sent him a letter from Phoenix out to Portland or whatever, right? And like how much she like just kind of loves his writing and things he does.
And here's a picture of me in lingerie.
Right. Send a picture of his dick back to her. Take a picture of his dick and send it back to her.
Just a Polaroid.
Just a Polaroid of his dick.
Yep, loose in the envelope.
She went around and talked all this shit for like the first year. Like he's such a fucking asshole. What a fucking piece of shit, right?
Oh, really? Because that's all he did?
Yeah, because she felt sexually harassed, right? But then it's like a fucking Polaroid dick pic, right? And I said, yeah, but like what you told me she wrote him was such a fucking groupie piece of shit thing to say. What do you want her? What did she want him to say? Like, come over and help me edit my essays.
Yeah.
Be kind to me. Can you don't do my laundry?
Let me know what you think.
And you sit on the couch and just smile at me and adore me. You know what I mean? Like something.
What do you think about this topic? Yeah.
And then so he sent a picture of his dick, right? And so the first year, he was telling me like she was talking about how she was sexually harassed, and now she just shares it. Everybody comes over like this is Jim Gode's dick, like, and she's so proud of it now. Like it's like
that's kind of awesome. I would put that on my wall.
There's nothing else to, like take over that experience.
That's her trophy. Good job.
Good dick pic, dude. Like, and I think like, man, Jim Gode was on point there, dude. That's so fucking cool. I'd probably be like, what's your Facebook? You know. And I'd go through your pictures and like
Instagram handle.
Whatever, and I'd be like, oh, you're not too hot.
Yeah, you look at the tagged, and you're like,
oh, she's too hot. And you're like, you want to meet at a hotel? Halfway. Just friends. Just
halfway. Just friend stuff. Yeah, some really important.
No, because if I was halfway, I could just do that thing you did. You know, steal myself all the way so I don't fall asleep at the wheel.
Exactly. That's good.
When I get there, I'd be like, you don't look like you look in Facebook.
You just say I already came. I'm sorry, I gotta go. I can't stay here.
He's like, you don't look like you look either.
Yeah, I put on some weight. Fuck you. Like, fuck you.
But I would do like, that's probably what I do. I'd probably do real stupid, creepy shit like that. I get some weird letter. Be like, be halfway. I'd probably say something, what kind of music you listen to? I'd probably do something really corny. So what kind of music you listen to? You're like, hey, I would go, this is what I would do. This is how creepy I would be. I would go on the Facebook and I would look at what she kind of is about. And I'd find the right YouTube video.
Not add her. Okay.
Or I would add her. I'm talking about, I'm bitch made.
You get a letter from,
I'm telling you some bitch made shit I would do.
Right.
If I got a Jim Gode groupie.
Well, so it would probably come through Facebook anyway. So you add.
Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, it sounded like she mailed it.
Okay. She mailed it. Right.
I got an envelope, some girl or something, who said all these nice things.
So it would probably smell like her too. She'd probably like spritz some perfume.
But I would find out who she is. I would try to do some background research, some really bitch made shit, and I'd figure out what she's like. And I would send her like a reference to like a book she should read. Or she probably did read. Oh yeah. Oh, I knew you were into that. Hey, you want to meet halfway? Exchange books. Are you still there?